Hey, hello everybody. It's me, and welcome to Sports in what I'm calling right now. I should put the mic up right. What I'm calling right now, in my opinion, that's what I'm calling it, in my opinion, and the Sports Monday Sports Curmudgeons show that we're there. I was doing this, wasn't ready yet. I was kind of ready.
Yeah.
Pretty much ready.
Yeah.
And, of course, we are joined by the legend, in his own mind, Jay-Z.
Hey, guys.
Sports. Oh,
How's it
I
going?
should probably put that up there,
Yeah.
too. Okay? So, sporty pants curmudgeons. Whatever. And also with us on the Skype, coming in live on the Skype, Mr. Jason Allen. Oh, I should have turned that thing on. Do you hear us?
Oh, buddy.
Hey, can you hear us?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, and we can hear you also loud and clear.
Excellent.
All right. I have no idea. I'm just like, wah, right? Anyway, so we're here with the Sports Curmudgeons. If you want to interact, we actually are on YouTube, and you can chat in the chat room or Twitter, tweet. I mean, we are monitoring everything, Facebook and all of that. We are going to talk about some stuff. Oh, you can call. Actually, you can call in. You even have a call-in number, by the way.
Down below, right?
It's down below.
Yeah.
It's down below. So we're gonna talk sports and
Croquet, right? That's what the big news, big sporting news is croquet right now.
right. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Croquet
Those
season.
swimming trials.
Yeah.
Those water polo trials. As you know, actually, I do want to say one thing before we get started, because I look. Here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna talk NBA free agency.
Yeah.
And I gotta adjust your camera anyway. Yeah, we're gonna talk NBA free agency. And so, but before we do, I wanted, because we won't get to it as soon as we talk about, and we're gonna talk about the Blazers. I want to focus on the Blazers, for sure, because we're Blazers people.
Yeah.
But
important, yep.
I do want to talk about, just before we talk about this, is here it is right here, just popped up in my search. Next match, England versus the United States, July 2nd at 12 p.m. Pacific time. We're on the Pacific coast. Work that out. Guess that would be 3 p.m. Eastern time. Of the Women's World Cup. That is the semifinal. So the quarterfinals, I watched the second half of the quarterfinals. Women's World Cup against France. Great game. Great.
Intense.
Yeah, it was very, very, very good. Great game. And U.S. fought it hard, both in obviously offense and defense too.
Yeah.
I almost thought it was going to be a shutout, but France did get one through.
Yeah.
But they played great.
We threw him a bone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was France. I mean, it wasn't exactly like, I don't think anyone expected U.S. to just tippy-toe right through that. I mean, it was a hard-fought game. It was great. Soccer match. So semifinals are tomorrow, England versus United States, and Wednesday, Netherlands versus Sweden. So it'll be really interesting to see England, U.S. It's like the War of Independence all over again.
Cool.
Fought on a soccer field. But anyway, so so once again, World Cup. Megan, how do you say her name? Rapinoe? Megan Rapinoe. She got the 2 goals against France. Man, on fire. So
It's good.
And I was gonna say, we have several players from our team, the Thorns, on that team. But I can't remember off the top of my head who's on there right now. But anyway, just check it out. I'll be watching that tomorrow. That'll be the big soccer match.
Nice.
Yep. So I just wanted to to mention.
Yeah, yeah. Big news.
Because there's been no news in sports this weekend.
No, nothing at all. It's been pretty dry and boring.
And, the world of basketball, nothing going on.
Nah,
so, anyway.
No, we don't pay attention to that
It's
stuff.
the
Anyway.
So, NBA free agency.
Dude, it's
yesterday was July 1st, which was the deadline.
Isn't today July 1st?
I'm sorry. You know what? I got mixed up because, okay, here's you guys can answer this.
Yeah.
I got all messed up with this because they said didn't they say it opens like on July 1st? Like,
I think they said it opens June 30th at 6.
Okay.
6.
I always heard, in the press, July.
Why don't they make it to July, right? Why don't they just make it July 1st?
Because NBA teams and players can barely wait.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty darn obvious from what we've seen.
Right.
Like, this hasn't been like a hurry up and wait. Unless you're the owner of the Knicks, in my opinion.
Bird.
Anyway, but we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Right.
But yeah, I because they always like July 1st, July, and it was like, well, then it was like Sunday night, 6 p.m., which was Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like thinking 6 p.m. and
so
then
you were kind of thrown off a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. So I got that first news. Of course, the first thing that got confirmed was Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving to the Brooklyn Nets.
The Brooklyn Nets, yes.
And then D'Angelo. No, who went? Who else went with that?
To the Nets.
Oh, DeAndre.
DeAndre Jordan, yeah.
DeAndre Jordan
from the Mavericks, yeah.
Yeah.
Or, no. Yeah, no, he's at the Knicks, and then he's going to the Nets.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So suck it, Dolan.
Hey, in your opinion.
In my opinion, suck it.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the thing. And I did watch some ESPN earlier this afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Loving Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah.
Like, he's crying on the air. He's like, and here's the thing. Like I said before, I do feel sorry for Knicks fans. There's a lot of famous Knicks fans. Spike Lee.
Yeah.
Jon Stewart, I believe. Who else?
I think so. And there's another guy who was.
Yeah. There's famous Knicks fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone but Jack Nicholson.
Yeah. Right.
But here's the thing. It's just like, I mean, I was watching some guys earlier today, and, in their opinion, the one guy just goes, sell the team. It's just like, Madison Square Garden is the jewel of the, you know what? It's 2019. Things change.
Mm-hmm.
New York has changed a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, Brooklyn is a hot place out there.
Mm-hmm.
And so, it's just, and okay, so the deal is that they weren't going to offer KD full price.
Yeah.
No.
Because of his injury, which, as Jason pointed out in chat, we should just stream our texts. But anyway, he pointed out that, that can be a career ender.
Yeah.
Right?
So, what if he doesn't come back
right
himself?
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Because of the way that medicine has progressed, it's only in the last couple years that an Achilles tear hasn't been, a career ender.
Yeah.
Like, remember, that's what put Dan Marino into retirement, was when we blew out his Achilles. That was all that was, out of there.
Yeah. Actually, CBS Sports had I think it was CBS Sports, and of course, it's not going to come up. Well, I got SB Nation here, but I thought I saw it on CBS Sports, and they actually have. Well, here's SB Nation: how NBA players have historically fared after Achilles injuries.
I think they were saying that Hakeem, did he suffer an Achilles injury? At one point.
Here we go. Okay,
Sure.
it was actually an article from 2015 on CBS Sports, but it was retweeted.
Right.
History not kind for ruptured Achilles recovery. And part of the reason it's not kind is because you need it to jump. So
Kind of important.
Achilles injuries are quite common. Over the last 4 years, Chauncey Billups, Kobe Bryant, Brandon Jennings, Anderson Varejao, Jeff Taylor, Pierre Jackson, Xavier Henry, and Elliot Williams have all dealt with the devastating injury.
Yeah.
Bryant suffered tears toward the end of their career. Well, this goes into. There was a different article, but anyway, it's not great. Here was a 2013 medical study that identified 18 players who suffered major Achilles injuries over a 23-year span, 88 to 2001. 7 players never returned to the league out of 18.
Right.
And among 14 players who returned from Achilles injuries since 92, they averaged fewer minutes, while both their field goal and three-point percentage dropped on average. There are very few complete success stories, and that's the uphill battle Durant is facing. Okay, so there's that.
It's basically do I want to take a chance on giving him a max deal if he's not for sure going to come back?
Right.
100%.
Exactly. Right. But here's the deal. And that's what happened. So it's been reported that Dolan, is it James Dolan?
James Dolan, yep.
Owner of the Knicks, his called down and said, we're not prepared to offer a max deal. Okay, so you go, well, gosh, maybe that's smart. Maybe he does have a torn Achilles, but he is Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Here's the problem, as everyone's pointed out. Golden State was going to offer him a max deal to stay.
200.
Right.
200.
Yeah. Other teams weren't going to question it and offer him a max deal. So why are you wasting time? Why aren't you reading the market? I told Jay-Z, I told you earlier, it's like buying kind of a rundown house in a really nice neighborhood. You're going to be like, this house is not worth it. And it's like, yeah, but it's in this neighborhood. You're going to pay the price.
Yeah.
Or someone else will.
Right.
That's not quite the analogy, actually.
But, yeah.
It's kind of a reverse analogy. Like Kevin Durant would be the neighborhood and the house. Boy, that's mixed up.
Yeah.
but about reading the market,
I understand.
You read the market.
Yeah.
Here's the market. Here's what you're going to do. And so, like Stephen A. and all these guys, they're like, why did you even waste the time taking the meeting? If you weren't, do you know what the competitiveness? So, in my opinion, it sounds to me like the owner, thought that, well, this is a done deal. He's coming to New York. He's going to come to the Knicks. We can make a deal on this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, you can't.
Yeah, it takes more than just money and playing in the Mecca,
Exactly. Yeah, okay, great. You're going to play at Madison Square Garden. And,
yeah.
Stuff happens at the Barclays Center, by the way, which is the Brooklyn, which is the... There's, they have concerts there and whatnot. My friend, when she was living in New York, was going to Iron Maiden and all this stuff at the Barclays Center.
Yeah.
So it's not like, making it out like it's like, oh, Brooklyn, the Barclays Center, low rent. It's like, no, guys. It's New York City.
It's a nice place.
Yeah. There's a lot of concerts and big events going there, and it's a newer facility.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It is.
Yes, Madison Square Garden.
It has a lot of history. Yeah.
Yeah. Ali, alive in Madison. Who did Ali fight in Madison Square Garden? Jason, do you remember?
Oh boy. I know he's probably done something, but the big fights have always been out of New York.
I thought there was a big one in. Madison Square Garden as I recall.
Maybe is one of the.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Fight
of the century: Muhammad Ali versus Joe Frazier.
There you go.
Billed as the fight of the century. Joe Frazier, I'm gonna come at you, Joe Frazier. Century was boxing match between WBC, WBA, and heavyweight champion Joe Frazier and the lineal heavyweight champion Muhammad Ali, held on Monday, March 8th. 1971, here live at Madison Square Garden. Yeah.
We got a prize show for you folks.
Madison Square Garden.
I watched that fight. I'm sure I watched that fight. Yep. So the fight of the century. So I mean, there's tons of history there, but it's 2019.
Yeah.
And the league is different.
Things have changed.
Things have changed. And you must change with...
Yeah, you must adapt.
You must adapt and change.
Yes.
So anyway, so there... Okay, so we predicted... Okay, we started the last time, which was a long time ago, back in 1971, the last time we did this podcast.
Right.
So long ago.
Jay-Z was like a proto-cell floating in the universe.
I wasn't even a thought, dude.
But anyway, now I just want to go watch some old fight footage of Ali on YouTube. Muhammad Ali against Joe Frazier. I'm Howard Cosell. Actually, I should have put the... Oh, where's the...
The bell?
Yeah.
The bell?
Yeah. You weren't even on the bell yet.
Oh!
I know, exactly, right?
That's the start of round 2, ladies and gentlemen.
So, anyway, okay. So, early on, last time we were talking, we were talking about Kevin Durant, what's he going to do, free agency, all of that. And Clippers were kind of there on the radar, and Clippers have a nice checkbook. So, but what we had heard before, or started to hear, is that he sold his beach house in Malibu, and there's a rumor that he bought personal property, like
New York.
a house in New York.
Right.
Okay. The other thing that came along with it is he has this big sports startup app. I don't know what he's doing. His business based in New York City. Okay? Then we were kind of thinking about this. We're going, New York. And then it was like, well, what about the Knicks? Well, the Knicks, in my opinion, is a broken organization.
Right.
Okay? And Brooklyn has the ability to get them. So I was kind of Brooklyn Clippers, and it was looking less and less like Clippers. It was still like he could maybe still be the Clippers, but that's building. It really looked like he wanted to get to New York, okay, or get close to New York,
right?
Okay, because of his business, because of what he's doing there. He's doing a whole bunch of stuff. In fact, he announced yesterday on his, I can't remember the name of it again, but on their Instagram, so it really looked like East Coast. It looked like New York. And then you, Jay-Z, and I'm going to give you props for this, said something. And you said
Kyrie's from Brooklyn. He wants to go home and play.
Would love to go home and play for the home crowd. Much like LeBron and Cleveland,
going back
right?
To Cleveland, yeah.
Like to do that.
And they're best friends, supposedly.
And Kyrie and KD are friends. And that, after you said that, that's when, for me, it was a done deal. Light went off. I was like, it's going to be Brooklyn, and if it's not Brooklyn, I'm going to be surprised.
Yeah, that was kind of the tipping point for you.
Yeah. I mean, when that came in, then I was like, okay, there it is.
Yeah.
There's it's all put together. It's Brooklyn's to screw up.
Right.
And so I don't think it was that much of a surprise to any of us in the end based on that reasoning.
Yeah.
And the thing is a lot of sports fans look at the sports aspect of it. You got to look at the business aspect of it. You really got to look at the end of the day, the NBA and NBA teams are entertainment businesses. Yes, they're sports, but they are independent, just like movie studios or theme parks or whatever. They are in the business of entertainment.
Right.
People go sit and watch and are entertained by sports teams,
Right.
professional sports teams. And so you have to take into account all the business and a lot of these players like KD, he, like I said, he's setting up this big company, this big sports company and I'm not too clear on what it's doing. I think they're doing media. They're like producing documentaries or something.
Yeah.
But sorry, I keep fixing my headphones here. It's annoying. They keep popping out. Anyway, so that was some big news.
Yeah. I got to be real with you. I was surprised that KD went to Brooklyn because the Warriors were offering him over a $200 million Supermax contract. And KD has come out and said, I see all these people getting their money. I see my friends getting their money, getting Supermax contracts, and I want that. So I was kind of surprised just a little bit that he went to Brooklyn because of what the Warriors were offering him.
Right. I agree with you. I also, because usually the rule is number one, get your money, So I do agree with you that what we would call I guess intangibles maybe.
Yeah.
Were stronger, and the strikes against that and good on the Golden State for doing that. That it was theirs to lose. They didn't try to cheapen it. They were like, here's the max contract. We'll give it to you. Ball's in your court now. Okay. But I agree with you. But a couple factors apparently weighed in to his decision. I say once again, the number one is him building that business in New York. I would say that's out of all factors number one, because how much career does he have left in him? And of course with the injury too. Yeah. So he's got to look forward to his
the future.
The future.
Yeah.
And that's his future.
Is his business.
Yeah. Yeah. This media sports empire type thing that he wants to do. LeBron's is Space Jam.
Yeah. You got to have a life outside of basketball.
No, LeBron has a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, he does.
I just thought I'd make Space Jam 2 to be clear.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's number one. I think number two. Okay, I think number two is I do believe the rumors or what has been reported that he's very unhappy with the Warriors organization. So he feels that he wasn't treated very well, especially with the injury. The doctors, again, this is stuff that I've been reading over the last week.
Right.
So, and along with that has always been, the league, the fans have always kind of dissed him for joining Golden State. Yeah. Which
I'll own up to that, and I said, why?
I never went that way. You
never did?
No, because I believe you build, again, entertainment business. You build the team you can build.
Right.
If you can bring another guy in there and solidify championships, do it.
Yeah.
I mean, who cares? I mean, Warriors fans weren't crying about it. So
well, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think, if it's your team doing it, I don't know. I know even CJ kind of dissed him on it. If on his podcast, I believe, at one point, CJ's got a podcast.
We should bring him on sometime.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll come right on.
Yeah.
So that's number two that I'm hearing, and so in 2 or 3 is then the personal relationship he has with Kyrie, and maybe Kyrie and people kind of trying to get him to come to Brooklyn.
Right.
So the question is, does that payout, does that cut make up in his business? Now here's the other thing I did hear. he still gets he's gonna sit on the bench all year,
Right.
okay, and he's still making a paycheck, and he's 100% in all the bonuses and everything they've offered him, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So wherever Brooklyn falls out, playoffs or whatever, he's gonna get.
He gets what
he gets a piece of that,
right,
without
right.
playing.
Mm-hmm.
So, so it's not a bad deal. So, the third thing about the Knicks is a lot of people have said, Knicks fans aren't very forgiving, and and are really salty.
Yeah.
They have reason to be salty. So again, him playing in the Knicks, if he's kind of takes criticism to heart, I don't think Madison Square Garden is maybe where you want to go.
Yeah, no.
So, and Brooklyn's building this organization. The Nets are building this organization. So, those are kind of intangibles for players. So
they got good pieces around Kyrie now.
Yeah, so. I think a lot of these, again, this, in my opinion, leaves the Knicks out in the wind.
Yeah.
Respect, participating in the organization investing in you.
Mm-hmm.
These are all things players are looking for.
Right.
So, and this is something there's a YouTuber I watch, and he was criticizing Damian Lillard getting his max contract with the Blazers, that he should get his money, maybe go look around. But I think what factors in there is franchise player, the organization, the investment the organization has in you. Portland Trailblazers very obviously have an investment in Damian Lillard, and so he's invested in the organization.
Right.
So a lot of that stuff plays out, and some of that stuff plays out later in your career, as your career is starting to wind down and end.
Yeah.
Look at the way, look at the organization and Drexler and all that when, he was winding down, and as I recall, I believe, the Blazers worked with Drexler to get him to Houston
to win a
championship, to play with Hakeem, and to win a championship and get a ring. So, there you go. And I actually, that could play out the same with Damian Lillard.
Yeah.
If
his career's
he doesn't
down.
if he doesn't get a ring here in Portland, I could see another kind of Drexler scenario.
Yeah.
Where he goes off somewhere
to win a championship.
Yeah, later in the career.
Before he ends his career, yeah.
To get him a ring.
Yep. Right.
So
now I gotta ask you.
Yeah.
This YouTuber that you were watching, it wasn't McLovin, was it?
No.
Our boy McLovin?
Yeah.
No.
I actually haven't. You know what? I haven't checked in with him. There's been so much news and everything, and I was watching ESPN YouTube just to gloat about the Knicks.
Sure.
In my opinion, I don't have to say that to gloat. Come on, guys. Come on. It doesn't matter. You know what?
In my opinion, come on.
Yeah, if they want to live in a previous century, you go right ahead.
Yeah. It's not going to affect you.
Hey, New Yorkers have another team to root for.
Mm-hmm.
The Nets. And they're going to be good, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
heck, you got the nation's #1 TV market without the headaches of the Knicks, man.
Yeah, exactly. So, did we exhaust that?
Yeah.
Katie
yeah,
to Brooklyn,
I know.
Yeah, Kyrie
everyone's exhausted.
Yeah.
That. So we should move on to. You have a list, but I don't. I didn't have a chance to pull up a list here, but I can do it.
Like a free agency tracker.
Well, do we want to go to the Blazers?
Sure.
Let's go to the Blazers because we should.
Let's go local.
Yeah, let's go local.
So okay, where are we at with the Blazers? Let's talk about
Whiteside.
Should we talk about who's gone first?
Yeah.
Okay, so today, Seth Curry
Mavericks.
signed with the Dallas Mavericks.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyone's surprised about that. I think we saw that coming, don't you? I did.
I really wanted him to come back.
Oh, sure.
But
absolutely.
they're
But
offering him money.
are loaded up, and I also think the Blazers want to develop Anfernee Simons. So, because I think they got an investment there.
Yeah.
And again, and this is my opinion, but it's not controversial, I like Simons. I already said
Anfernee Simons?
Yeah. I like him.
Yeah.
And when he the few moments he got to get off the bench and actually get in the game and play,
Yeah.
19 years old,
Fresh legs, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He can do it.
Oh, he got was it 30 points or whatever?
I think it was over that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. 19-year-old rookie. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'd like to see that develop.
Yeah.
And he's got guys like Dame and CJ to help develop him. So, again, investment in the future, investment in the organization. So, I like Seth Curry a lot. But, I felt like, and I think that the team felt like they were a little loaded.
Yeah.
And they have...
With guards.
Yeah. And we need
youth.
We need power forwards, right?
Yeah.
Really.
Now, did Seth Curry, did he play for the Mavs at one point before he came to the Blazers?
I don't know.
Because I swear he played for the Mavs.
When I heard that, it almost sounded like, to me, I was like, oh, he's going home again.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe so. I can look it up here. $32 million deal, so he got his money.
That's good, yeah.
Let's see. Let's answer the question live.
Sure.
Shall we?
Mm-hmm.
So he's D-League. Yeah.
He
You are
for the
correct.
Mavs, yeah.
You are correct, sir. So he was D-League, and then Sacramento Kings, and then Dallas Mavericks, then Portland Trailblazers. So we got him from.
Yeah, I think they traded him.
Oh, he had surgery on his tibia.
Yeah.
That was it. They traded him out. So yes, he's going back to the Mavericks.
He's coming.
Which is good. I mean, they they probably saw him in the playoffs and everything, and went
like, "Oh, this guy's a good sniper." Yeah.
Yeah, he's come back from his injury.
Yeah.
Bring him back.
Yeah.
So
good bench player. Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. So let's see. So Seth
Curry.
And that was new. I'm walking it back.
Cantor.
Yeah. So Cantor.
Was Cantor today or yesterday?
Cantor was today.
Okay.
Again, you guys, I mean, I'm saying that's in my head, so if I say something wrong, jump in and correct me. But I believe Cantor was today. We were kind of waiting out to see what was going to go on with Cantor.
Yeah.
So Cantor, okay.
Cantor to Boston.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep, to the Celtics, which I think is a good move for him.
Yeah.
Okay, so the big news, and this is in the New York Post, the big news for Cantor was this. Enes Kanter, Trailblazers gave me 6 minutes to decide future. So that's what he's saying. Turns out Enes Kanter had a pretty solid reason to leave Portland. Knicks Center reporting a 2-year, $10 million deal with the Celtics on Monday afternoon, despite playing well in Portland and seemingly liking it there. I was considering signing with the Blazers, but they gave me only 6 minutes to make a decision. He told ESPN's Mark Spears in a text. Oh, yeah, I actually have the text. You guys saw it. So he texted Mark Spears. I felt pressure, and I didn't feel comfortable, so I told him I need to think about it so I can call my brother so he can ask my family, because I can't call my family directly, but they kept pushing, so I told them no. He can't communicate because of his issues with the Turkish government,
right,
which is really sad.
Yeah.
But here's the key piece, and this was because I was kind of like, oh, that sucks. Why are we doing that? But according to the Post here, and it seems like Portland's haste in wanting an answer likely stems from its trade for Hassan Whiteside, which went down Monday afternoon.
Okay.
So they were kind of like, okay, we do need an answer.
Yeah.
Damian Lillard tweeted, sometimes there's a chance you lose out on two people because you're waiting on one. What I can confirm is that my boy was not given 6 minutes. LOL. Okay, so Lillard's disputing Cantor's. He was probably down to 6 minutes from the original 45. So that's what Lillard tweeted. So that's kind of...
So basically they were like, hey, we can get Whiteside, so we need to know now. Are you committed to us
exactly,
or not? Okay.
Yeah. And I think that sounds reasonable. What seems to have gone down.
At first I was like, what the heck are you thinking? Why just give him 6 minutes? But
that's... I think, look, this has been a crazy 24 hours plus.
Day one, dude.
In day one.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to 2019.
Yeah.
New York Knicks, in my opinion. Yeah. Yeah. Baller's gonna ball. Trader's gonna trade.
Dude.
I know. Anyway,
it's in my opinion, it's roast the next day.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? Yes, and well deserved, in my opinion. So anyway, yeah. So I think that was the deal, is that they had balls in the air. Now, the question some fans were asking on Twitter is well, you've had, up until July 1st to kind of make a decision on the Blazers to begin with.
Mm-hmm. So
was there, so some fans were a little frosty about, come on, Cantor,
make up your mind. You've had all this time.
Yeah. You come the date, every player's been figuring things out come the date. And maybe that's true, maybe that's not.
Right.
So, here's the deal. I personally would have liked to have kept Cantor.
Mm-hmm.
I am a Cantor fan.
Yeah.
I have made no secret that I like this guy a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Not only as a player, but as a person. And I was seeing him in games before he came to the Blazers.
Mm-hmm.
And when it was announced that he was coming, I was like, oh, thank you. And, of course, he was the backup center to Nurk. And it was like, oh, this looks good. And then he became
the starter.
The starter.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
So I really like the guy. I like the guy's play. I think people have been fans. I think people have been, there was, he doesn't play defense and all this stuff. That's not what I've seen with my eyes. Okay. Yes, he's offensive. I've seen him rebound. I have seen him play defense. The guy played with was it a torn, what was it?
It's something in his shoulder.
Yeah. In the playoffs. And it impacted his play, but he still was in there trying to play hard.
That's right.
And he was getting beat up.
Yeah.
So
he played with heart.
Yeah.
He played with heart, dude.
So I think any team, I hope he does well in Boston. Yes, I wish he'd still be a Blazer.
Mm-hmm.
But the way things are rolling out, we kind of tried to predict a few people that would get traded from the Blazers.
Yeah.
But the one thing we knew is there will be some shakeup.
Yeah, there's going to be moves. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so, so I unfortunately, I wish he could have stayed.
Mm-hmm.
But that's nothing against him. He played great for Portland. And again, I like the guy, and I think he gets dissed more than he should.
Yeah.
I really do. I think he's a better player than people give him credit for. He came up with some big games for Portland.
Yeah.
And so and as Cantor, good luck.
Mm-hmm.
I like the guy.
We're lucky to have had him.
We were lucky to have. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, how far would we have gone even in the playoffs
if not for him?
Not for him.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I think most fans are like, hey, thanks, man. Too bad you can't stay, but that's how the ball, as they say, that's how the ball bounces.
Mm-hmm.
So then we think this is tied to Hassan Whiteside.
Yeah.
Where's he from again?
He's from Miami.
Miami.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're sending Myers Leonard to Miami, if I'm not mistaken. Mo Harkless to Clippers. Hassan Whiteside to Portland.
Okay.
That's how it's going down.
Yeah. How big is this guy? 7 foot.
Yeah, 7 foot.
7-footer.
Yep.
So we're pretty happy about this trade, aren't we?
Yeah, I like Miami. I've watched Hassan Whiteside play, and he's a really good defensive anchor.
Excellent.
He's going to step in for
That's
Yusuf
what we
Nurkic.
want.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
Yeah, he can score. He can score too.
Well, okay.
He's not a deep range center like maybe Kristaps Porzingis or DeMarcus Cousins type of guy. He's more banging the post. You know what I mean?
Ooh, my kind of guy.
Yeah, kind of.
My kind of guy.
A lot like Yusuf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. My kind of guy.
Yeah.
That's for me. It's like that's what the Blazers need.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we got shooters.
Right.
Guess what? We've got shooters. We got people who can score.
Yeah.
You know, we need guys to bang it up and play defense. Right. And that's been a criticism of Portland as a team. You know, as great as the team was last year.
Right.
If you could criticize the team, it's like, well, you guys still, you don't have like some athletic guys banging it up there and playing defense, you know.
Right.
Like, for example, as much as I kind of couldn't stand him this season. For example, a good old what's his name from Golden State? Draymond Green from Golden State.
In your opinion?
Yeah.
In my opinion, he's kind of a whiner.
But he's banging it up and playing tough defense and playing tough.
Yeah.
Down there in the post. You know? And of course, we kind of grew up, so to speak, with like the power forward, the Blazers. You know, the Maurice Lucases, right? And then later the Jerome Kerseys, you know, and maybe Buck Williams too, maybe.
Williams, yeah.
You know, just kind of these guys going down there and just mixing it up.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, I think if you have a team where you've got your pure shooters, your guards who are just like 3-point threats inside.
You need some balance.
Yeah.
Is what you're trying to say. Is you need some.
Well, you need a complete team.
Yeah, complete. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
got more than enough shooters. Yeah.
So cool. I literally have not looked him up at all. I'm not that familiar with him.
Sure.
I have not been paying attention to Miami that much. But 7-footer, he's 30 years old. So
he kind of reminds me of Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
A little bit.
So yeah, and I think
Yusuf Nurkic, Dwight Howard.
And I think these are all I think these are all short contracts.
Yeah.
I believe. Which is interesting too. I mean, you know, some of these contracts are good but short. Like try before you buy, or I mean, they're still, you know,
rentals is what they call them.
Lease,
almost lease.
You're on a lease.
Rental, yeah.
It's you didn't buy the car. You're leasing the car.
You're just trying it out,
and you have the option to buy the car later, or trade in for a new one.
Yeah.
Oh, God. This is no reflection of the people we're talking about here. We're talking about NBA trades and money and all that. Yeah. I realize that this is maybe not a good metaphor to be making.
But it is one
by Doc Normal. So if you think that, I get you.
In my opinion.
Yeah, I'll say maybe, you know, I'm speaking purely of how market dynamics work only. Believe me. So yeah, I like that 7-footer. Yeah, I like that.
Yep.
And so they're going to be working with him. And okay, so yeah, they traded Mo Harkless and Myers Leonard to Miami, and then Mo Harkless went to the Clippers.
Going to the Clippers, yeah.
So that's a good move, I think.
Yeah. In my opinion, I don't think he was that great of a player.
Yeah, I know what you think.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're generally pretty happy with these trades.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty happy.
And I think they are pretty good. I mean, this again, folks. This is a business.
And moves had to be made.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You're trying to take it to the next level. Oh, I'm trying to think here.
Al-Farouq.
Al-Farouq Amino.
Al-Farouq went to Orlando for a 3-year, $29 million.
He went to Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he was one that we thought was going to get traded out.
Pretty much every player that we mentioned got traded.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, Evan Turner got traded,
Evan
right?
Turner
for
was
Kent
gone.
Bazemore, yeah.
For Bazemore. Now that was Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
That went down on Sunday.
Right.
Folks. So to recap with the Blazers.
Yeah.
First thing happened was the draft.
Drafted this year.
And we had what? Number 25?
25, that's right.
25.
Mm-hmm.
And they looked at the paperwork and they went down the names of who was available, and Nasir Little was available. Mm-hmm. And they went, bingo.
Yeah, that's our guy.
That's our guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you're pretty happy about that.
Yeah. I like this kid.
So tell us about Nasir Little.
I can just say that he's kind of like a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah?
Do a little bit of everything, kind of like a Draymond Green almost.
Mm-hmm.
He's a play guy, man.
Yeah, he didn't get much playing time playing for North Carolina, but if he were to get, close to starting minutes, he'd ball out.
He's 19 years old.
Yep.
6'7", from Pensacola, Florida.
Yep.
He's
got a huge wingspan. Mm-hmm. That's one thing that as a player they were saying. I'm gonna give you all his upsides here.
Yeah.
7'2" wingspan.
Yeah.
He's got a crazy huge wingspan.
Yeah, dude. I think you're really gonna like this kid, dude.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I watched the Blazers pressers with him, and I would say Neil Olshey was like he was very happy.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, sometimes you get lucky. You're looking and you figure who's going to be on the map for your pick. And because they were like, did you plan this or whatever? He's like, no. I mean, we just have a list. And then when we come upon someone who's like, he would have been, was it last year? Or they were saying that had things been different, he would have been a first rounder.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Yep.
What was the deal with that? Was it just because he didn't get enough playing time?
I think so. I think analysis said if things were different, I don't know whether he got hurt or not, Jason, or if it was just because he didn't get enough playing time. But guys were saying that he would have been a top 10 pick for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, lottery.
Yeah. Yep.
He made his debut November 6, 2018, recording 7. He's scoring high. 6-3. At the conclusion of his freshman season, Little announced his intention to forego his college eligibility.
Right.
NBA draft. I think so. And again, more upside. They really like his character.
Yeah.
He's like a honor student. Mm-hmm. Like not only, but he was an honor student. Like his parents are both career military.
Yeah.
It was very interesting because they asked him a lot about that, and he was like, and so his training regimen, his personal training regimen was like wake up at 4 a.m, go to the gym, do homework, then come back and scrimmage. I mean, he went
very scheduled, very strict,
which is exactly what you want in a player.
Yeah.
And especially a 19-year-old
you don't want a
rookie.
goofball.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't want to draft Jason or me. Telling you, man, we got to get that Space Jam 2 gig.
I bet you, though. I bet you that we could probably make it onto the Knicks.
Oh.
And
in your opinion.
In my opinion.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Man, oh, man.
Yeah, dude, I'm so freaking excited. I was going crazy.
You were.
Yeah.
Because I got your texts.
Yeah.
I got your texts.
Yeah.
All of a sudden it was like, Nasir Little. I was like, okay, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the draft. Thanks for the reminder. And then it was like, holy. Actually, I was watching it, so I saw the whole first round. Mm-hmm. But I mean, the second round, people were like, nah, whatever. Was it second round or low first? I don't even know.
About what?
Because, I mean, after the initial froth wears off, then nobody seems to care.
Yeah, it's pretty much until maybe like
top
first 10 picks of the second round, and people are just like, yeah, let's go home.
Guess
now.
what? Big surprise. The Pelicans picked Zion.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
All right, let's go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I can't wait to see Nasir and Anthony go at it on the court together.
Yeah.
That's going to be great.
Yeah. So, yeah, but of course the question is how much playing time is he going to get, this year?
I mean,
so
with the moves, though, that they made, I don't...
Yeah.
They might get a few other people from free agency.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, because Anthony got some playing time, and it's... I don't know. I mean, that's all Stott's, ideas.
Yeah.
And rumor has it he's a pretty good coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, rumor has it,
Yeah.
He's a good coach.
He is a good coach.
He's like Lillard's breaking Drexler's records. Stotts is busting into Ramsey's records.
Yeah.
Well deserved. So yeah, it would be like, he was on the McDonald's All-American team 2018 too.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got a lot of character and a lot of drive. So he's going to be a hard worker. They actually said that the Blazers, they were like, when we interviewed him, we were like, we really like him. He's going to fit in well here in the Trailblazers.
Yeah.
So there's that. The downside is his listed height is 6. What?
What's up?
Okay, this Wikipedia said he was 7 feet, and wait, no, this is Wikipedia.
No, dude, he's got to be like 6'7", 6'8".
Listed height's 6'6".
I thought he was 6'7".
Where did I say 7? Oh no, I was talking. Never mind. Sorry, getting my Wikipedia's. This is what happens when you get old. I was still on Whiteside. Whiteside?
Yeah, Whiteside.
Okay. Yep. Okay. So, and he has the 7. Little has the 7.72 wingspan.
Yep.
Get it in your head. There's so many numbers. So, downside. Shooting.
Yeah.
Not so good.
Which can be
outside
improved.
3-point.
Yeah.
Not so good.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
So shooting.
But that can be improved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just takes time.
I agree.
He can still drive it and get it into the hoop that way.
Exactly.
Kind of like how Dane does, that CJ does. It's not a problem, and his shooting will improve over time.
And again, we have shooters.
Yeah.
On the Blazers team.
If you need to shoot it, just give it to Anthony. Give it to Dane. Give it to CJ.
And I actually believe that. It was from what I saw of Anthony, from what little time we saw of him on the court.
He's a sniper
in those games. Yeah, it was like, he's knocking down threes and whatnot. It was like, there you go. And like you said, he's 19. Little is 19. That's something that's a skill that can be worked on.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, I don't think.
And if he has a work ethic.
Yeah.
And again, somebody said just recently, they said the way to be successful in the NBA, like for the rookies, is to focus on a skill set that you have and excel at that skill set. So, in other words, yes, you're going to get the big-time star players that can do everything.
Right.
But that's the top froth of the league, okay? That's the top.
Yep.
Okay? Most of the players in the NBA are in that middle main tier, and they're good at something. They're good at...
They're specialists.
They're specialists.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've never actually thought about it that way, but that the light went off in my head. It's like, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
You want specialists. So, for example, a guy like Nasser Little should focus on a special. And they said, look, if you become an all-around star, that develops out of your specialization too. So that's just going to happen.
Yeah.
But you got to focus on what you're good at.
Good at, yeah.
So this, so Nasser Little would be rebounding.
Yeah. Defensive guy. And, he'll get like 10, 11 points maybe.
Yeah.
With minutes.
Right. Yeah, and we always think, you always think of the big shooters and all that, but it's like, well, this guy comes off the bench. What's his defensive look like? What's his, assists? What's the board? I mean, that's so critical in a big close game. When you see a guy and you go, oh, thank you, And I know you're down like on people like Mo Harkless and others, but I saw guys like that come up with big games, and just you got in minutes and you got what you needed to do done.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't think Mo Harkless was worth the amount that they gave him.
Yeah, I know.
Not even close.
No.
Okay.
Maybe like a one.
In their opinion.
Yeah, in my opinion,
exactly.
$1-2 million contract is good enough for him.
All right. So anyway, Nasser Little out of the draft, and then let's see. Then yesterday we had Bazemore.
Kent Bazemore. Yeah, coming from the Hawks. So Evan Turner's going to Atlanta. Kent's coming to Portland.
So that was the Evan Turner
swap. Yeah.
Yep. The Atlanta Hawks, Kent Bazemore. Once again, people are pretty high on this, and I watched his presser interview. Really liked
his character.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. What do you guys think of Bazemore?
Good veteran.
Yeah.
Can come in and... Go ahead, Jason.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go, Jason.
Yeah.
I was saying the whole way around with the free agency and the draft, Portland has done nothing but gotten better. I'm very happy with everything.
Yeah.
Whiteside is going to be crucial going down in the stretch when you're trying to finish out and get into the playoffs, because you want to give Nurkic a break, because you don't want him, you don't want him flaming out like he did last year and getting hurt. You need another guy in there. And then we got the shooters. Our bugaboo has always been defense and holding on to that lead. And I think we made some good solid choices.
Yeah. In my opinion, I think we got rid of the not so good contracts with poor value and brung in better value, but people that have earned their money and can provide something more than what we previously had. I see like Bazemore. I think he could come in and kind of mentor Anfernee and maybe Nasir. Good vet that can do that, because he's been in the league for a long time now.
Right. He's 30 years old.
Yeah.
6'5".
Yeah.
He was, so I'm just looking Bazemore up here. Golden State Warriors 2012 to 2014. Los Angeles Lakers in 2014, and he's been on the Hawks since 2014 till now. So, I heard his interview, and he was a good interview, and one thing I do like is these players are coming to Portland and they're excited. Yeah. They're like, coming to Portland, Western Conference Finals.
Yeah,
we like that. There's a team we want to play with. So that's always good. He also was. He's a member of Phi Kappa Alpha fraternity. I think he's also was.
On the honor roll?
I think so.
Good grades.
Yeah, I think there was something about that too. And, also said we have a culture here in Portland that we look at, other things. And I've always thought that this is, however you assess it, which it may not have been. I know there's been some articles lately about this and reassessing this. But, Portland did get hit with the whole jail blazers kind of a thing. And again, a reassessment of that it may not have been exactly all players' fault or whatever, but it did put a black eye for fans and for Portland. And no matter who was to blame. And so that's something that they're very sensitive to.
Yeah.
the front office.
So now they're looking more at character and attitude.
I think they were. I don't know what happened.
It is all chemistry, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? It's not just the Blazers. Everyone's picking up on this, too. Because a lot of what I hear now is when these free agents and are coming around is like, what's going to happen in the locker room, right? Like, when you got a guy in the locker room who's just, doom and gloom,
Yeah.
with the cloud over his head, that's going to affect the whole team.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
It's not going to work, yeah.
And Blazers had good chemistry.
Yeah.
I mean, and again, Cantor came in great chemistry with Cantor right away. So was, again, sad to see him go. But anyway, so that's Bazemore. I mean, upside, downside, you guys are all really happy about him.
Yeah, and we brought in Mario Hezonja?
Okay.
Hezonja?
Yeah.
Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know much about him.
Yeah, let's see. Okay. I'm trying
I think before the show we said that he's a former Knick.
Yes.
Yeah, Mario Hezonja.
How do you spell his name? Actually,
Hezonja.
I could put there he is.
Yeah.
I could put his because he goes by Super Mario, I think, on Twitter.
Really?
Yeah. 3 guesses. Yep. Mario, he is, and of course, gotta like this. He's Croatian. Dubrovnik, Croatia. So we got a lot of that hot Eastern European action going on the court. Let's see. Yep, he came from the New York Knicks. Oh, look at that. He's Barcelona. That was, I was like, what was the Barcelona connection for him? 2012 to 2015. Barcelona, Orlando Magic, 2015 to 2018, and New York Knicks, 2018 until now.
Cool.
He's 6'9", 225 pounds. Yeah.
It's a power forward, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. 225, 6'9". 24 years old, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he's young.
What's his contract? Does it say there?
Oh, you guys and your questions. I
just want to know.
Let me see if I can. Boy, his Wikipedia. You know what's funny? Guys, hey Wikipedians, update the page here. They don't have the update for the Blazers for the trades yet. Here. You know what they could be? They could be like, oh, it's not official or whatever.
Yeah.
Even though it is official. Yeah, they didn't update his Wikipedia page. What was his deal? What's your deal, man?
What is your deal, dude?
Yeah, man.
Let's see what 2-year deal. Here we go. This is Oregonian. Mario Hezonja signs 2-year deal with Portland Trail Blazers. Oh my gosh. Disable your ad blocker. No. So it's a 2-year deal. Let's see. Did I say 6'6", or they listed him as 6'8"?
6'9". 6'9", 220.
6'9". Okay. Again, I got a lot of stats here. So KGW Sports is saying Blazers reported signing of Mario Hezonja is an intriguing low-risk, high-reward move.
Okay.
I would actually say a lot of these signings are low risk and high reward. Actually, he was drafted 5th overall, and 4 years ago.
Okay.
2nd rated wing in his draft. Croatia. Let's see. 8.8 points. 4.1 rebounds, 1.4 assists, 1 steal, 20 minutes, 20.8 minutes per game. Trying to see what the contract is. Well, 2-year deal, so there you go.
But that's good that we've we're all in agreement that we've signed some.
Yeah.
Yep.
I already forgot. I hate to say it. I already forgot about Mario.
Yeah.
Sorry. I don't mean to say that, but it was like keeping track.
Oh.
Because I didn't think the Blazers were going to make that many moves.
Yeah.
I actually did not think that. So I'm impressed how many things have transpired.
You know what we forgot, dude? Is Rodney Hood.
No, I was.
Oh yeah,
Rodney Hood and Jake Layman are coming back.
I know. I was bin listing that. That was where I was going to go next.
I just forgot about that too.
I didn't. Okay, I had it on the list. I should have done Little, and then Rodney Hood was the next one, and I kind of missed the sequence of events. But yeah, I think the first news was Rodney Hood.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly. So we re-signed Rodney Hood.
Yeah.
Everyone is pretty happy about that. I'm trying to... What was his deal? What's his deal? I was going to see here. Let's see if we can... do we have... Re-signing... If I click on this, I might get the same 2-year deal again. I don't, you can look the money up. Oh, here it is. Hood's deal is worth $5.7 million for the first season, and then worth $6 million for the second year.
Yeah,
and he's got a player option.
Yeah, it's a good contract.
Oh yeah, for Rodney Hood. Yeah, I would say that's
a swell contract.
That is real nice.
Yeah.
For the Blazers.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I think with the draft and then the re-signing of Hood, everyone was like, okay, looking good, Blazers.
Yeah.
We're
not messing around, man.
Yeah. And Hood's gonna probably come off the bench.
You think?
Well, you're right. Well, okay, so that's the problem with the Blazers, right? It's like who's the bench and who's not. It kind of is like. Which is what I like about how Stotts plays the team.
Yeah, he just kind of.
Well, I like it.
He doesn't really disclose any information about starting lineups, bench lineups,
and the thing is some teams you got to switch it out.
Yeah,
and go. This works better
situational
with this team than this with this other team.
Right.
So it starts to blur the bench idea and the starters idea.
Yeah.
And I know that's probably an issue with players. Where they feel they stand.
Want consistency, being the starter.
Yeah. Right. But I mean, unless you have like Lillard and you're gonna go, well, he's a starter, period.
Yeah.
Nurkic.
Yeah, CJ Dame and Nurk are solidified as
starters. Yeah. But still, it's like I like seeing adjustments. It's like it's all about getting the W.
Yeah.
It's all about
it's all about the team, yeah.
And I saw Stotts making some interesting adjustments with Rodney Hood to the point where he had those big playoff games, right? And it was like, looking good out there.
Yeah.
So
it's all situational.
Yeah.
What works best. Like you said.
It's probably too early for us to even talk about lineups. In fact, I think they even asked Stotts, or they were like, "What do you think about lineups?" And he's like, "Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I'm not talking about.
We're not even into summer yet.
Yeah,
camp and And,
yeah.
No. Not
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ask me after summer.
Yeah. I think the only thing you could say is, do you think Dame will start? It's like, yeah, he'll start. I think that's probably the one thing. Could you confirm or deny if,
Yeah. I don't know. I think Doc Carnac could start.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Yeah.
We will, we'll get down.
In my opinion.
Yes. We'll go down and
Doc Carnac
later and figure out.
Would be a NBA All-Star rookie season.
Yeah.
Book it, my friends.
Yeah, we'll go down. We'll go down and figure it out.
Yeah.
What the lineup is later. But anyway, so Rodney Hood, that was the next big news. And so everyone was like, okay, so I think that we all knew as fans us included here, the three of us, and that they were going to try to keep Hood and maybe Cantor.
Yeah.
But I thought the tea leaves were saying they were definitely going to try to go after and keep Rodney Hood.
Right.
You know.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So 6'8", yeah, you know, and he was from Cleveland, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't really get much playing time because of LeBron.
Right, because he was playing with LeBron, but he
Yeah.
has a ring, right? Doesn't he?
Nope.
Oh, he doesn't have a. Okay.
He,
2018 to 2019.
Yeah, he came on. He went to Cleveland,
Okay.
in my opinion, that same year that
LeBron left.
Yeah, LeBron left
Okay.
and Cleveland sucked, in my opinion.
I know that's
Those
so
are horrible moves, in my opinion.
It's so annoying, in my opinion.
In my opinion.
Oh.
But I like that he's getting a better chance here in Portland.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, and
Yep.
he seemed happy to come here,
Mm-hmm.
and then he was like, you know, I'd like to show my stuff,
team, yeah.
and he did.
Mm-hmm. He did.
And at playoff level. So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was good. Okay, so then let's see. What else have we got? Who have we missed? Oh, let's see. I'm going to type this in and see.
Let's see. We talked about people who have left, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jason, you got any?
No.
Have we missed anybody, my man?
Free agency?
Yeah, like who's
there's
come to
some
the
right
team?
ones. Because you know how Zion went to the Pelicans and stuff. The Pelicans also signed J.J. Redick,
Oh yeah,
Right.
JJ Redick. Yeah.
which will help them give them a little more.
Oh my God, dude, New Orleans gonna be so freaking good,
Okay, so
in my opinion.
I'm still.
Right.
Right.
In my opinion, too.
Yeah.
See, that'll be the sequel. In my opinion, too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Might be a trilogy.
Right. Right.
Did we. Wait a minute here.
Times 3.
Yeah, times 3.
Hang on. What's going on here? I mean, it's just like so. Like web pages aren't even getting updated.
Yeah.
Okay, so Portland.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Oh no, this was. It's looking at my past search history.
Oh.
Yeah, because it was. What am I doing? No, it's just it's like if you actually type in the lineup, it's
Yeah.
like it's not current. After Hassan Whiteside trade.
Yeah, Hassan is going to be really good for the Blazers, filling in for Nurk. I don't know. Do you guys know how long Nurk has got before he's full go?
Okay, that is a confusing.
I know
bunch
it's a
of
whole.
stuff.
I know it's a whole different topic, but I was just
Because
curious.
here's the thing: they keep saying, "Well, I keep seeing people say, well, when he's healthy and he comes back,
Mm-hmm.
he just played a game.
Yeah. He just played a game, so he's not. He's all right.
He was on the court for Bosnia Herzegovina,
Oh, really?
the national team.
Yeah. No.
There's the International Basketball World Cup, they actually call it.
Yeah.
And so he just played. God, I can't remember who they just played. I think they lost.
Mm-hmm.
But let me look it up.
So he is full go then.
Well, that's what I don't understand.
Yeah.
Because they're like, well, when he gets better, unless there's more off time with the NBA. But he's like, I was surprised that he was on the court.
Yeah.
So let me look that up, because this was a big surprise to me, is that Nurkic was out on the court for the Bosnian Herzegovina.
Yeah, because here I
national
was thinking
team.
that Whiteside was going to fill in for Nurkic while Nurkic recovers.
That's what I thought too, and
Yeah.
that's what I've been reading and people have been saying.
Huh.
Yeah, like Forbes 2 days ago, before the free agency, Forbes wrote, here's a headline from Forbes: do the Trailblazers need to sign a stopgap center as they wait for Yusuf Nurkic?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much
Hassan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you're getting.
Yeah. Okay, so let me just see here. Blazers. I'm looking here.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, you guys. Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Okay.
Gotta get that right. Oh, come on. It's like nothing updated here. It's all about him wearing that T-shirt during the playoffs. Okay, let me do this. Bosnia and Herzegovina Basketball World Cup. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying my search.
While he's looking that up, Jason, did you hear?
Play a little music. Dun.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay.
Yeah, can we play some David Bowie? I've been having that song. Let's dance.
We will.
Put on your red shoes and dance the blues.
Dance the blues.
Yeah.
I do plan to get out of the Blazers at some point. I just want to thoroughly go through the Blazers.
I understand.
Because we're local.
Yeah, I understand.
And then we'll move. Well, we talked about the top news.
Yeah, KD and Kyrie.
Yeah. Okay. Basketball. So I'm just saying, if you want to, just let's finish out the Blazers here.
Local stuff. Yeah.
World Cup. Maybe. Did I miss something here? I don't know. Maybe I was reading something. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Oh man, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the article. Okay, it's possible.
Right.
That the article I saw was from last year. But I don't know. Because I'm looking at. Because when I type it in, it says. Oh no! Here it is. Bosnia Herzegovina versus Finland.
Mm-hmm.
No, UEFA. What in the heck? Oh, your page can't be found. I'm getting all sorts of bad page hits and stuff.
I'm fairly certain that Nurkic played.
Well, I did too, because I think, didn't I send you an article? It's probably in the cache.
Yeah.
That's what was confusing, and I was like, what is this he's playing? Okay, here. Okay. Oi. Euro 2020. This is so confusing. This is soccer. Oh, for Pete's sake. Okay, I'm gonna look in what the heck I sent you, Jason.
Okay.
So I don't know. Yeah. Oh, here's some stuff I could show you. Okay, we're looking this up. Maybe this was from last year. I wonder. Super Mario. Oh, what did Super Mario? Oh yeah. Let's see. Andre, a Nurk. Okay. Yeah. Okay, guys. Hey, how's it going, everybody out there in TV land? I know. Well, I can't find it. I can't find it, and I thought I sent it to you.
I'll tell you what. You go ahead and move on, and I'll do some digging here.
Yeah, I can't find it.
Okay.
Boy, that was a fever dream, I guess.
If it is, we had the same dream because I could have sworn he had played.
Oh, you know what? I don't think I sent it to you, but I think I messaged you about it. So, but again, it almost is now sounding like it was something that was last year history, like in the Google searches.
Yeah.
So I might be nuts. As the famous Emily Latella once said, "Never mind."
That's right. Never mind. And of course, that's in your opinion.
Yes. Never mind. You have to look that up.
Gilda Radner.
Do you know who? Yeah, you know who I'm talking about?
No.
No. It was a character that Gilda Radner
Saturday Night Live
used to do on Saturday Night Live, like the original Saturday Night Live with Chevy Chase and John Belushi and the original ones.
Yeah.
And Gilda did lots of great characters, and they always had the Weekend Update. You've seen they still have the Weekend Update.
Yeah.
Right? And she actually had a couple different characters where they would do an opinion piece.
Yeah.
One of them was Rosanna Dana.
Oh, I love
Rosanna Dana. But one of them was Emily Latilla, was it? Latilla?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Which was this old elderly lady.
Yeah.
And one of the famous ones, I love this one, was she gave an opinion piece.
Yeah.
Get this, on violins on TV.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Gilda Radner is this old lady with the glasses and everything. I just don't understand why people have a problem with violins on TV. Violins are a beautiful instrument, And then Chevy Chase, they finally cut to him and go, Emily, it's not violins on TV. It's violence.
Yeah.
Violence on TV.
Yeah.
And so each time she'd do this, then her catchphrase was, "Oh, never mind.
Never mind."
Never mind then.
Dude, I'm dying over here, man.
Yeah, you haven't even seen it. I'm not going to play it on YouTube because I don't want to get a copyright strike. But you can look it up on YouTube, I'm sure.
Sorry, that was just great, dude.
Yeah, but that was her thing. It's not, yeah. And so she'd always elderly lady have the wrong take on something and do a whole opinion editorial until Chevy would have to butt in
correct
and go,
her,
yeah, that's not
what we're talking
about. So
never mind.
The one I always remember is violins on TV. You remember that one, Jason? Violins?
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
She'd go or she'd go into some long convoluted thing.
Yeah.
And they would correct her, and she would just never mind.
Yeah. And that would be it. She was
her Father Guido Sarducci is my guy.
Oh, Father Guido, man.
With his famous "Find the Pope in the Pizza."
Yeah. But I gotta say, Gilda Radner, may she rest in peace. She died. I can't remember when. A few years back now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'd say a good 15 years.
Yeah, yeah, it was probably.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was in the 90s.
Cancer.
Something.
Yeah. She was married. Do you know who she was married to?
Gene.
Willy Wonka.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Gene died a few years ago.
Right.
That was it.
Before her or after?
After. Yeah. Yeah. Apparently he was pretty devastated.
Yeah.
Like they had a really strong
died of a broken heart
relationship
maybe.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
If you read those gossip things, they kind of
Yeah.
suggest that, but I don't know. Who knows?
Who knows?
But anyway, she was great. Okay. We got to get back, make sure we've covered the Blazers. I think we have. But you know what? I got this thing. You've never heard of this before. You ever heard of Spinal Tap? Jay-Z's Spinal Tap?
Yeah. Isn't that where they...
Well, no. I mean, okay. The band Spinal Tap.
Oh.
No?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
no.
My friend. Oh, my friend.
Okay, Spinal Tap.
Oh.
It was a documentary about a heavy metal band from England.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't real. They weren't a real band.
Yeah.
It was actually a Rob Reiner film.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mockumentary, and it has Christopher Guest and who's the other guy? Which one?
No, it was a Christopher Guest
and the guy
Henry Shearer.
Harry Shearer and David St. Hubbins. That guy. Him. Anyway, and they play Spinal Tap.
Uh-huh.
And they got the accents and the hair, and they go through the history of the band from the 60s.
Michael McKean?
Yeah, that's him. Him. Lenny.
Yeah.
Most people don't know that. He was Lenny on Laverne and Shirley. Lenny and Squiggy. Michael McKean.
That's right.
But anyway, so it's this whole mockumentary, and if you watch it, it actually went to the theaters, and people came out of the theaters going, "It's weird. I've never heard of this band before," because the mockumentary is so good. But it has guest stars, like there are all these different people that just show up. Like Billy Crystal is a waiter mime,
right?
And it's Billy Crystal. Yeah, mime is money. And it's just hilarious. Like if you like rock and roll and documentaries about rock bands and stuff, this thing totally is just dead on. Like just skewers the whole thing, and it's so well done. It didn't do it, but it was very critically acclaimed. Great movie.
Right.
So, Spinal Tap.
Okay.
But before there was a Spinal Tap, Eric Idle from Monty Python got funding from the producer of Saturday Night Live. Why does my brain stop working when we do this? Like, literally just shuts off. Lorne Michaels. And he actually did a mockumentary about the Beatles called The Ruddles.
Really?
And this was like in the late 70s, before Spinal Tap. So when I saw Spinal Tap, I was like, did you guys ever see The Ruddles? Because The Ruddles, and it's totally like an exact takeoff on the Beatles. So like, and Neil Innes, who wrote all the songs for Monty Python, wrote all these like Beatles songs, but with totally different lyrics. I have the album.
Yeah.
I was out getting some gear for a thing, which had me ended up at Fry's, and I always kind of walk through their DVD Blu-ray section because they always have some interesting stuff there, and like on sale too.
Right.
Like sometimes they'll have a Blu-ray for like $5 or something. It's like, oh my gosh!
What a steal.
I found the Ruddles Blu-ray of the entire mockumentary. Oh, it's so good, and the music is so good because it's just totally. And they do like footage like from like. And they recreate the Beatles, like from Help and stuff like that. So they make it look just like the Beatles, but it's the Ruddles.
Right.
And the song and everything. Oh, it's hilarious. Anyway, the Ruddles.
The Ruddles.
Yeah, the Ruddles. Like Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
But before Spinal Tap. And why is this important? Because Gilda Radner has a cameo in it. Because what happened, Eric Idle, he actually was doing this on British TV, Rutland, and he sort of invented the band, the Ruddles. It's kind of like Liverpool, but Rutland or whatever. And so he pitched it to Lorne Michaels, and Lorne Michaels said, funny, I have a primetime slot that NBC gave me, and I'm going to give you money to finish the Ruddles, and that's what we're going to put in the primetime slot. And he went, really? Wow, is that how every pitch works in America? And they're like, no, you got really lucky. But it was brilliant. So it was kind of Monty Python. It was the first kind of Monty Python people and the original Saturday Night Live people. Because Monty Python was airing in syndication in the U.S.
Right.
And Saturday Night Live was on NBC and was one of the hottest comedy shows. So John Belushi is in it. Dan Aykroyd is in it, and Gilda Radner has a cameo in it, and then they have some of the guys, not all, but some of the guys from Monty Python.
Right.
So they're like in England, and then they come to New York. And Mick Jagger is in it. They interview Mick Jagger, and he just plays it straight, just like, oh, and we'd hang out with the Ruddles. They used to write our songs for the Stones and everything. It's just brilliant. Very brilliant. And Gilda Radner was in it.
Oh, yeah.
And that has nothing to do with NBA trades.
Kidding me, has a lot to do with it.
But if it did, I don't know. I don't know.
It just shows the diversity of whatever we bring up,
Yeah.
In my opinion.
So, Trailblazers announced 2019 NBA summer roster 3 hours ago. Let's look at that. So the big thing here, well, let's finish with the Blazers. I think we're finished with the Blazers, right?
Yeah, we were just kind of wondering if they signed anybody else besides the people that we talked about.
Haven't they signed enough for you? Haven't they done enough? You want them to do more? Oh, just in, Damian Lillard traded to the Knicks.
Oh no!
God.
Just kidding. That's not. That's
what do you
fake
mean
news.
we only got a fourth rounder for him?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's the other news. Damian Lillard signed max contract. That was the other thing we didn't talk about.
Yeah.
So he signed a long-term max contract. I don't think we talked about it on the air yet.
I think we talked about it a while ago. Like he was in the process of signing a supermax.
No, no, in my opinion, and actually, there's no surprise here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so yeah, we did talk about that, as a matter of fact, because you asked me if I was watching McLovin.
Oh yeah,
I got to get back to him. I get to see. Okay, so
that guy's on point all the time.
I know. Here's your summer league. Portland Trailblazers today announced their roster for the 2019 Summer League in Las Vegas. I never pick up the
Summer League stuff.
Am more second half, even with the Blazers or whatever. I can only kind of focus on one sport at a time. I mean, time is time, you know.
Yeah.
But I might actually check out the Summer League this year.
Yeah.
I'm curious. So here's what's that?
In the first game, I think it's going to be Zion against RJ.
Oh my. Yeah, that's going to be great.
Yeah, they're going to be facing off against each other.
So here's the Blazers lineup. Anthony Simons.
Mm-hmm.
Gary Trent Jr. Don't forget he's on the team.
Oh yeah.
Gary Trent Jr.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Forward Sky Labissere. Don't forget he's still on the Blazers.
Yeah, he was part of a trade, right? Yeah.
Yep.
I think so. Yep.
Rookie Nasir Little.
Mm-hmm.
So Little's going to be in there. And two-way signee Jaylene Horde.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's a pretty solid roster.
Well,
lineup.
Well, you want to see how Little steps up. So there's your chance.
Yeah.
Look at some
When's the first game for them?
I'm trying to look here. Tip off Saturday, July 6th. So that's this Saturday against Detroit.
Uh-huh.
Sunday, July 7th versus Houston. Tuesday, July 9th versus Utah. Before finishing the preliminary round on the 11th versus Oklahoma City.
Okay.
So, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, they're saying that Nasir is the steal of the draft.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm excited for him to show out and do his thing.
Here's the full roster.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
I mean, because there's, inactive players on the summer team.
Right.
Like, it's interesting. Zach Auguste.
Never heard of him.
Kelvin Blevins.
Nope.
Gian Clavel. Mike Dwam. Jaylene Horde. Keith Hornsby. Keith Hornsby. That's the way it is. Oh, no, that's Bruce Hornsby. Never mind. Demetrius Jackson, Skal Labissere, who was active last year. Trey Lewis, Nasir Little, Devin Robinson, Anthony Simons, Jarnell Stokes, Gary Trent Jr., and Isaiah Whitehead. So,
yeah, there's a few names outside of the Anthony.
Well, some of these are from G League, other G League teams or whatever.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so there you go.
Yeah. So Saturday at 6.
Yep.
Playing the Pistons, right?
Yeah, if you want to see Anthony and
Nasir
play. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I think that's about it, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much got that covered for the Blazers.
I think so.
Okay, so what other trade news do we want to talk about?
Well, excuse me, sorry. I think Jimmy Butler was part of the Hassan Whiteside trade, if I'm not mistaken. So they sent Jimmy Butler to Philly, but they sent Hassan Whiteside to Portland to make room for Jimmy Butler.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Butler in Miami.
Yeah.
You like that trade, Jason? Jimmy Butler in Miami.
It's good for Miami.
Yeah.
I'm a Jimmy Butler fan. I think it definitely helps them.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I guess it really depends how he fits in down there.
Yeah.
But hey.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
I don't think they have really anybody else except for Jimmy. Not that I can think of, except for that draft pick that they just picked up, Tyler Harrow. Yeah, he's supposed to be a kind of a swag guy, can shoot the three. So see if he can show out.
That's right.
So, looking here, how do you feel about Boston?
Boston?
Yeah.
Like
with their trades, the
state that they're in, I think they're great.
So now they've added Cantor. So
yeah, they added Cantor. They picked up Kemba Walker to replace Kyrie.
Right, Kemba.
I told you this. I really like Kemba to Boston.
Yeah,
just because he's getting his money that he deserves. It's a franchise that's gonna go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And Kemba's just, I think he fits well with what the Celtics are trying to do, meaning that they're really high on that young core of Tatum, Brown, Smart, some other guys. But Kemba's that type of player that's going to give them the ball, that's going to give them the spotlight, like, for the betterment of the team.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kyrie, in my opinion, was more of, hey, give me the ball. I want to be the superstar. I don't care if you're the third pick in the draft, Jason Tatum. I'm going to be Batman. You're going to be Robin. Mm-hmm. So I really like Kemba to Boston. You, Jason? I
do too. Yeah, I think Kemba is. Well, I mean, he's younger. He's more of a role player, and I don't see a drop off between him and Kyrie.
Yeah.
Now with Cantor in there, I mean, they're pretty solid.
Yeah.
You know?
They got rid of, well, no, they didn't get rid of. Horford left.
Right.
Yeah, he...
Where'd he go?
He went to Philly.
Philly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can talk about them in a minute.
Yeah, so Cantor is replacing Horford, as Horford's going to Philadelphia.
So I'm looking at the Ringer here, the ringer.com.
Yeah.
And it's grading every deal.
Oh, really?
So I'm looking through here. Of course, the top two, Kevin Durant, A+, Kyrie Irving, A.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler to Miami Heat, A-. Kemba Walker, the Celtics, according to the Ringer, 4-year, $141 million deal with the Boston Celtics. Celtics may have lost 2 stars in Irving and Al Horford, but they might get 2 back in Walker and Brad Stevens. Walker's signing should allow Stevens to return to his ideal offense and reclaim some of the selfless motion-based magic the Celtics had when Isaiah Thomas was flying off screens.
Right.
So there you go. So they pretty much agree. D'Angelo Russell.
Oh, God. Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah, I got a little bit of a cough.
Oh. Uh-oh. You should quit smoking.
I've been smoking for 40 years. Are you gonna stop now?
D'Angelo Russell, 4-year, $117 million sign and trade to the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about that one?
I was reading a little bit on this, but I don't know how Steph and what's his name, Russ are gonna fit on the team. They're so like ball dominant that they need the basket to be effective. What about you, Jason? What's your take on that, man? You see like Stephen Curry and D'Angelo Russell kind of being a good combo. You see them meshing together?
I do. I think though I can't help but have the feeling that the shine of the Warriors is just dimmed a little bit.
Right.
That I think their era is on the descendancy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And he'll fit in, but I mean, you can't really replace KD.
No.
No.
When I heard the news, man, after I heard that, KD's going to Brooklyn, I was like, okay, good for him. And then when I heard D'Angelo Russell going to Warriors, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
It's not like I was, like thrilled, like, oh my God, that's going to be such a good team. Like,
yeah, but
look out Western Conference. I was just like,
right.
Okay.
But they're like you said, there's not going to be a replacement.
Yeah.
For KD.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, all you can hope to do is sign Klay Thompson.
Yeah, which they have.
Yep. Which they have. Good on you,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yep.
And yeah, it looks fine.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't looked. What's Cousins' status? Because he's still
on the board. He's still on the board.
Yeah, he's still on the board. So that's
I think
interesting.
they're saying Lakers, Knicks, and possibly going to back to the Warriors.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I think.
So the Ringer grades the D'Angelo Russell as a C+. Mm-hmm. They're saying Russell seems more likely to spend 4 months than 4 years with the Warriors. I don't know.
Yeah.
That seems kind of harsh, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that is something to think about, though, is that, some of this stuff is, you get these guys on and then you actually, you have wampum. You have something to trade later in the season.
You have a piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there won't be, was it the January deadline? Is that it? Or
yeah, something like that. January.
Yeah, that's when January and February is when we got Cantor and Hood.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So there'll be more things coming wintertime.
Yeah.
Tobias Harris to the 76ers, 5-year, $180 million deal. How do you like that one?
I like it because I see the 76ers being a contender, even with Jimmy Butler going to Miami. Yep. I think they're going to be top 3.
Grade B.
Yeah.
Then Al Horford. To the $109 million deal to the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yeah.
I call him a C+ here, but I don't know. Do you agree with that?
I mean, I don't know if he starts. I know. Actually, know what?
Yeah.
No, he's not starting unless Embiid gets injured. He'll probably come off the bench, but that's a good bench piece.
Yeah.
But I don't know though that a bench player for over $100 million.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. He's good. He's all right.
Yeah.
And he may turn into a breakout player, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean he's on the wrong side of 30.
Yeah.
So
33 years old. How much longer will Horford be able to defend small players? Are the Sixers paying for past performance and banking too much on how he slowed down Giannis?
Yeah, so pretty much
past off season.
So pretty much what we're saying is that he's, I don't know. He's a good player, like Jason said. I'm totally there with Jason. He's a great player, but I don't think he's worth, over $100 million for 4 years.
And 4 years,
He's not gonna start over Embiid.
That is a lot.
Let's face it. Anything over $100 million, that's franchise type money, right?
Yeah.
4 years,
max. Yeah, that's a max.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
Their final sentence here is, but you have to wonder whether an already shaky fit between Simmons and Embiid just got shakier. C+. Yeah. I mean, I actually, I like the guy, right? I like the player, but
not for that money.
But boy, you guys point out a good 4-year, 109. I didn't realize he was 33. So,
yeah.
So I mean, if we're talking, his Atlanta Hawks days, yeah.
But again, the Sixers are going to be contenders.
Yeah, I still think. Yeah. With Tobias Harris. 5-year, $180 million with Philly. Yeah, it's a good piece.
They're going to be a contender.
I mean, he's only 26. Yeah. He can space the floor really well. Something that I don't think Embiid can do. He's not a long range center, but Tobias can space the floor, and he's got a great character. He's not one of those me. He's more about the team. So I like it.
Yeah.
He's earned his money.
So let's take a look at the macro. I mean, look at what the East is going to be like next year.
Yeah.
You got Brooklyn, you got Boston. I mean, now you got down south. I mean, you may have a going concern about the Pelicans.
Yeah. Well, wait, are Pelicans in West or the East?
Well, I think
West, I think.
Are they really?
Yeah, I know. Only in the NBA is New Orleans in the West.
Yeah, and Memphis is in the West too.
Yeah.
And
it's because Pelicans were Sonics, right?
I'm sorry?
Because the Pelicans were the Sonics, right?
No, Pelicans.
The Thunder were the Sonics.
I'm sorry, the Thunder. Because the Thunder are in the Western Conference too.
Yeah.
Thunder is the Sonics, and the Pelicans are the Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah, they once were.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
yeah, Jason's right. Yeah.
So maybe I'm wrong. Let's see.
But still, like, yeah, Jason's right. Like, you got Toronto, like you said, you got Boston, Philly, Brooklyn.
Yeah.
You got something building and potentially something special in Miami.
Yeah.
Now,
who else am I missing, man? I feel like I'm missing somebody.
It was the Thunder. No. Pelicans are in the Western Conference. Yep.
They are.
Oh, yeah.
Well, also
Mavericks.
Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh, yeah, that's who I'm missing. Milwaukee, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Milwaukee, okay, so interesting thing there, that just like a kind of human interest story. Mm-hmm. The Lopez brothers will be playing at the Bucks. Robin and Brooke, right?
Yeah.
So Robin being a former Blazer.
Mm-hmm.
We met him at Comic-Con a few years back.
Nice guy.
Yeah. Yeah, he was cool. He's like into comic. He's like he's an artist or something too, or whatever.
Big into comics and stuff.
Yeah. So they're gonna team up in Milwaukee. Two brothers.
That's cool.
Interesting.
Brooke's gonna start. Robin's gonna come in for him when he needs a break.
Yeah. Cool.
That's a good deal.
That would be like if Warriors would have signed Seth
and Steph.
Yeah.
That would be yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah. All right.
But what I wanted to add
Chris Middleton.
Yeah, Chris Middleton.
5-year, $178 million deal with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah.
They're giving him a B-. Optimist, pessimist. So Milwaukee, I'm not sure. I hate to say it. There are just some teams I don't follow too closely.
Sure.
And Milwaukee wasn't one of them, which it should have been. But I was watching the playoffs standings and all that. So their lineup, they still got Giannis, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Still got Brooke Lopez.
Right.
Always been mentioned.
And now they got Robin.
Yep.
And
then they got Chris Middleton.
Chris Middleton, which we got here, 5-year, $178 million. Yeah. So they're pretty much just kind of shoring up and kind of doing what the Blazers are doing, kind of like, okay, let's make this better.
Yeah. They lost one of their key pieces, Jason, Malcolm Brogdon.
Yeah.
They lost him to the Pacers. And the Pacers too, with I think
Malcolm Brogdon, 4-year, $85 million deal with the Indiana Pacers.
Yeah,
You're actually saying it's actually the next one on the page. This is pretty cool.
Really,
grade A-. So Brogdon was from Milwaukee to the Pacers.
Yeah, Milwaukee to the Pacers. Yep.
He routinely ranked near the top of the league in wide open threes. So, and again, Middleton, I think he's a 45% playoff 3-point shooter. So if they're losing Brogdon, they're bringing in Middleton.
Middleton was already with the Bucks.
Oh, okay.
They're just keeping him.
Again.
Yep.
My point. Exactly.
Both those players are good 3-and-D players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were Milwaukee's Splash Brothers.
Yes. Yeah. You're very right about that.
Here's the big one. Speaking of the Knicks, Kristaps Porzingis, 5-year, $158 million deal with the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, I think he.
Where was he?
I think he got traded to the Mavericks.
Yeah,
and then he just didn't play for a time.
Right.
And now he's re-signed. He's re-upped.
Yeah,
with
he's
the Mavs.
re-signed.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's a re-signing. And somebody on Twitter had this really good one. They had like the KD, Kyrie, the Nets headlines.
Right.
And then after that, it was the Porzingis re-signing 5-year, $158 million deal. And it was, oh man, I wish I could, I should be able to pull it up. I like it. But it was about like, when your date cancels on you and your ex posts about her new relationship.
Yeah.
It was just like,
It's accurate, man.
Yeah. Welcome to, can I do this? Maybe I can. Yeah, I can't do this. Welcome to On the Knicks, and okay, so Porzingis he re-signed. Harrison Barnes, 4-year, $85 million deal with Sacramento Kings.
Mm-hmm.
Nikola, what's that?
I was gonna say he was a great piece for the Warriors. Their championship run. Harrison Barnes was.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of their draft picks.
Mm-hmm.
Harrison Barnes was a good one for him, and then he went to the Mavericks. Wanted his is because they didn't want to pay Harrison Barnes in order to get KD. So they're like, hey, we're going to let you walk Harrison so they can get KD. So I remember that very well. So
Gotcha.
Sacramento is where he's going.
There you go.
Anyway, what were you saying?
Nikola Vucevic.
Yeah.
Vucevic. 4-year, $100 million deal with the Orlando Magic.
Yep.
Ooh. The Ringer gives this a D.
Why?
I don't know. He was an all-star last season.
Uh-huh.
Worked hard to evolve his game. Letting Vucevic walk for nothing instead of dealing him at the deadline for something would have been a little too Charlotte. I don't know. This guy, I mean, this is their opinion, right?
Right.
I don't know. This guy, I think this guy's just sort of...
just kind of harsh.
Yeah, on Orlando.
Yeah.
It's his opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
In my opinion, screw his opinion. So.
Okay, there you go. You like it.
Yeah, I like Vucevic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bojan Bogdanovic.
Mm-hmm.
4-year, $73 million deal with the Utah Jazz.
Oh yeah, and Jazz just got Mike Conley.
Yeah, so Jazz fans are jazzed about their moves in free agency.
Yeah.
No, they are. They're actually, and I saw people posting still. Hey, they're the dark horse of the Western Conference playoffs.
That's right.
They did show pretty good in the playoffs, if I recall.
They did.
They did. I mean, they played the Nuggets, right? Didn't they?
I think so. I think you're right.
They were kind of beating them up.
Yeah.
I think. But
Jazz should be excited.
Yeah.
I mean, you get Mike Conley, which I have to say, give the man some respect because he puts up the numbers, that he does in the Western Conference, but he gets no credit because the Western Conference is already so stacked with great point guards.
Yeah.
That he just doesn't get the credit that he deserves.
Swapping Ricky Rubio and Jay Crowder for Mike Conley and Bogdanovic is a massive offensive upgrade, one that means the Jazz should finally have enough firepower to supplant one of the league's best defenses anchored by Rudy Gobert.
Yep.
So there you go. Grade A-. I mean, I think everyone's generally thought that they did pretty good, Utah.
Yeah.
J.J. Redick, 2-year, $26.5 million deal with the New Orleans Pelicans.
Yep.
Dukies unite. Dukies? I don't think that doesn't sound right when you say it.
The Dukies?
Yeah.
The Dukies unite.
Blue Devils.
Yeah. D-U-K-I-S. Pelicans. Well, Pelicans going to be what Pelicans are. Right? So I don't know.
Yeah,
what do you think? Anything on this?
They did really good in the draft. Got Zion, Jackson Hayes, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker, which is Nickeil is a cousin of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who plays for the Clippers, their starting point guard, if I'm not mistaken. So,
and that's the other thing too. What happened? Before, Lonzo Ball and Drew Holiday, which is that's what they got from the Lakers, right? For AD.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, they traded Lonzo Ball, Ingram, Hart.
Oh, that's right.
And the 4th pick, if I'm not mistaken, for AD. So we're looking at a lineup of possibly Ball, Drew Holiday, Ingram, Zion, and who's playing center for New Orleans, Jason?
Oh, I don't. That is a good question.
I'm coming up blank here, man.
Yeah.
So what do you think? I'm curious. What do you guys think of Lonzo Ball this next season?
I mean, it might be a good thing for Lonzo that he's moved on from the Lakers. I mean,
if he can only move on, in my opinion, from his dad. Oh.
Doc.
I did say, in my opinion.
Doc Karnak did it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he struggled with the Lakers.
Yeah.
So.
Well, he had a few injuries over the course of the season, so he didn't.
But you think we'll see better things from him this year?
Yeah, I think so. It could be.
You guys think the Pelicans are going to really tear it up with Zion and?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
And people have been saying that. Oh yeah, Lonzo Ball. He's going to really help Zion. Like he's gonna.
Yeah.
Give him the ball, get him open looks. Really help him.
I hope so.
Yeah.
That's what he's there to do.
Well, I mean,
right?
I guess. I mean, it's just meaning they're going to work well together. Some players they just don't work well together. Doesn't work. Their style of plays don't work. But no, Lonzo and Zion, that's going to be good together.
That's one of the. I mean, would we say that the Pelicans? Would you guys agree? Like the Pelicans are kind of like it's a brand new day, brand new team kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
Like it's one of the, because sometimes in the off season, with it's almost like, okay, this team's it's a totally new team now. This is not the Pelicans that you knew from a season ago.
No, this is a better,
and that's
better
exciting
Pelicans.
to watch.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be like, ooh, what are they going to put together?
Yeah, this is like a team that just the slate has been totally wiped clean, and starting up from nothing again.
Yeah,
which watching them, I kind of think that needed to happen. And I like AD, a lot. I really do. And I did want him to move on somewhere else, like the Lakers.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see that.
Yeah.
Actually, that'll be some good basketball, or it better be some good basketball.
It's got to be, yeah. LeBron's on the clock, man. Father Time is undefeated.
Yeah,
eventually he's not going to be able to do what he does.
There's always Space Jam too.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
right.
Space Jam.
When in doubt.
Yeah, just.
Ooh, I didn't
Space
see
Jam
this.
2 is coming.
Lakers Anthony Davis breaks silence to talk LeBron James. LA. Oh, number 23 titles. I should say here, even though this is old news, Anthony Davis, LeBron gave him his number.
Really?
Yes. So LeBron was like 23 at Lakers.
Yeah.
And he gave him 23. And I can't... 6 or something?
So LeBron's going back to 6?
Yes.
Because, that's the number he wore in Miami.
LeBron James was... Yep.
Oh, cool.
At least that's what... They had... They were suited up for something.
Yeah.
And LeBron was wearing 6.
Okay.
He was wearing 23. So everyone was like, oh, did you give him the number?
Yeah.
I think that was confirmed.
I mean, it's...
Yeah.
It's just a number,
Oh, come on.
It's just a number, man.
Come on. Tell that to Lillard.
Yeah.
It's just a number.
It's just a number, dude.
Come on. That's you don't... See, I don't think you mess with that. Because that's all the voodoo of sports, right, Jason?
That's right.
It's just a number.
Number, but
it's like, ooh, what's your lucky number? I can't play with this other number.
Right. Superstitious.
Exactly. Sports
Someone cue up the Stevie Wonder.
Yes. Oh God, one of my favorite tunes. Not only Stevie Wonder tunes, but favorite tunes.
Right.
Superstitious. You know who did actually a very good cover of that? Superstitious.
Who did?
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Oh wow, yeah, Stevie Ray.
and he plays the keyboard parts on the guitar. That whole funky clavinet part. So he rearranges it for the guitar.
Ah.
Check it out.
Interesting.
Joe Bob says, check it out. Yeah, Stevie Ray Vaughan. You ever heard that song? It's Superstitious. Do you know who Stevie Wonder is?
Yeah, I know who Stevie Wonder is, yeah.
Good, that's good. Mm-hmm. You ever heard Superstitious? Very nice song. He's got great ones.
Yeah.
Songs in the Key of Life. Oof.
I'm just going to say no.
Yeah. And you know, Stevie, here's the thing about Stevie Wonder. My drum instructor pointed this out.
Yeah.
No. On many tracks of his recordings, he plays all the instruments.
Really?
Including the drums. Like, my drum instructor was like, oh, yeah, you know, and he had me playing, like, it was like something like Superstitious or one of those tunes and breaking it down. And he goes, and do you know who the drummer is on this? And I go, no, I don't. And he goes, Stevie Wonder.
Wow.
And I go, oh, and he goes, yeah, listen to his groove. He's not even really considered a drummer. Listen to his groove. You know? I mean, it's kind of like Paul McCartney playing. I think didn't Paul McCartney play the drums on one or two of the. I believe he did. I believe in Paul's, you know, because Paul could play different parts. But yeah, Stevie plays in. And Stevie Wonder, I have it on good authority, is blind.
Yeah.
So
that's what I heard. I heard about that.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Might have read it in the news,
Yeah. Julius, back to sports.
I like how we kind of just dip out of sports every so often.
Sports or blind musicians for 35. Alec?
What is Ray Charles? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought we were playing
Blind Lemon Jefferson?
Jeopardy, yeah.
Isn't that? Wait a minute. I believe. Yep, Blind Lemon Jefferson. One of my favorite musician names of all time.
Blind Lemon Jefferson.
Yeah, he was a blues artist. Lemon Henry Blind Lemon Jefferson, September 24th, 1893 to December 19th, 1929, was an American blues and gospel singer, songwriter, musician. He was one of the most popular blues singers in the 1920s and has been called the father of the Texas blues.
Yeah.
Jefferson's performances were distinctive because of his high-pitched voice and the originality of his guitar playing. His recordings sold well, but he was not a strong influence on the younger blues singers of his generation, who could not imitate him as easily as they could other commercially successful artists. Later blues and rock and roll musicians, however, did attempt to imitate both his songs and his music style. Jefferson was born blind near Kaufman, Texas. He was one of 7, possibly 8 children. Blind Lemon Jefferson, one of the fathers of the blues. You heard it here first on the Sports Curmudgeons.
That's right.
I think he's on the. There's some really good archive music.
Yeah,
I highly recommend. Like the Smithsonian people curated like a history of jazz.
Yeah,
I actually have the record. I still will keep the vinyl on that. Like back in the 70s, and they actually go from Scott Joplin piano rolls, and they restored to what's a famous blues singer? You know, Deal with the Devil. Robert Johnson.
Robert Johnson.
Yeah. There's some Robert Johnson recordings, and then they go everyone's on it.
Right.
Like New Orleans, Jelly Roll Morton, Miles Davis. It just like every record just keeps going and going and going.
How about a little Muddy Waters, man?
Well, Muddy's not on the jazz one. They start out with jazz blues, and then they get into more jazz. You know, they stick to jazz. But I think they did a blues one. They did a country one, too, whatever. So, yeah. I mean, Muddy would definitely be on a blues archive history compilation thing. I like that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool. It's good educating. And, you know, usually you get a booklet, and they tell you. This was before the days of Google and Wikipedia and YouTube. Now you could just YouTube it. Y'all, I haven't seen this yet. It's on my list. There's a new documentary, or is it a docudrama about Bob Dylan?
Oh yeah, Netflix.
Is that like on Netflix? Is that like is it a Martin Scorsese thing? I think it is.
I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet. You know what I did watch last night?
What?
Actually, I watched 2 movies. Okay, I admit I have never seen this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to do a lot of musicals, and I never did play this musical. I've played most of the big major musicals that you've heard of, like Broadway musicals. There's a couple that I haven't played, like I never played that one, and I never played that one.
Right.
This is one of those. Cabaret.
Ah, there you go.
It's on Netflix. Yeah. And I never actually watched the movie. I mean, I know the songs everybody's heard. Well, maybe not you, but most everybody, like older, know some of the songs from Cabaret. Have heard them, right? It's Liza Minnelli, right? And and so I watched it, and it is a very good movie. Yeah. I'd always heard it was very good. Yeah. I think the reason. Okay, I gotta admit, I think one of the reasons I never watched it is Joel Grey kind of creeps me out in Cabaret. He just does. He's the MC, but it's not a feel good fun musical really.
No,
because it's basically set in what, Jason, the Weimar Republic.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right.
When stuff starts going downhill.
Yeah, you've seen it, Jason?
Yep.
Probably. I mean, it's a classic. 1920s, early 30s, probably. I'm not sure the exact time. In Germany, in Berlin. Berlin was like this very cosmopolitan, open. Would you say libertine city? Would that be?
Yeah.
A very libertine. Yeah. So very, very liberal, libertine. I think, honestly, I think part of the reason Netflix. I mean, it's a good thing. It's good for I don't know, Pride Month or whatever.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of underpinning about sexuality in that.
Sure.
But Liza Minnelli, Michael York, Joel Grey, and it's about a nightclub in Berlin, a cabaret, with dancing girls and all that stuff.
Right.
And but of course the backdrop is as the Nazi Germany. And every once in a while you get a little glimpse of the brown shirts are beating someone up or whatever.
Yeah.
So
So
it's a very, it's kind of set in a bit because at the end what's going to happen, because history, and so it's like it's a musical with fun numbers, and because all that stuff takes place in the cabaret, but it has such a dark underpinning,
Okay.
So it's like which is good. I mean, a lot of musicals are like song and dance, hey, but
but it forgets to include that. What really went down. Yeah.
But I was kind of like bummed out after I watched it. I was like, good movie. Maybe I wanted to watch something fun.
No, I'm depressed.
Funner, yeah. So then I watched Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh. Oh, boy.
Which is on Netflix.
Yeah.
I'd heard a lot about it.
Yeah.
I heard people complaining about it, and I've heard also that it did pretty well.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
No.
Okay.
No, I haven't.
I liked it.
Yeah.
It's a kid's movie. It's a family kids movie. But I thought it was the animation is really weird.
Yeah.
And at first I was kind of off. It was like, whoa. And then I got what they were trying to do with the animation. Because some of it's almost like you're watching an animated, like they're getting you in the idea that you're kind of watching an animated pages of a comic book.
Oh, okay.
And then the very end finale was just like, I gotta be honest with you, at the end of Into the Spider-Verse, you could have dropped that right in 1969 with Woodstock and a lot of mind-altering things. I was like, whoa. What did people in the theater think of this, man? There's a lot of color and crazy finale stuff.
Yeah.
So, but the story was good.
Yeah.
I thought it was all right.
Cool.
Do you know the story? It's like Spider-Man, but it's Miles Morales.
Yeah.
Because you're our comic book expert guy.
Yeah, I mean, I like superheroes, you know.
Yeah. Well, I like Spider-Man. I used to read Spider-Man in the Sunday papers, so I do like Peter Parker and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
There was a lot of criticism about how Peter Parker was portrayed, but I thought it was actually a good story. And the other thing was, it was like, well, you know, they're kind of denigrating Peter Parker and Spider-Man. It's like, but they're talking about the multiverse, and these characters are all coming from different multi-universes.
Right.
To get converging in one. So I mean, they had, like, you know, Spider-Girl. They had the pig spider.
Spider-Pig.
Spider-Pig.
Yeah.
Right? And then, the one I really like was Spider-Noir.
Oh, yeah, from
in
the 30s.
Black and white. Yeah. And you know who it was voiced by? And I recognized it right away. Sure enough, Nicolas Cage is Spider-Noir. Oh, he was great. He was great. I was like, I'd like to see more of Spider-Noir. Because he was so noir. He was just, like, so dark and just, like, 1930s and, you know, that whole film noir thing. And he's wearing a trench coat. You could kind of see the spider. He kind of got the mask. And he goes, well, in my time, we just, like... They just lay him out on the street, you know, stuff. I mean, it was real cute.
Great Depression type of, you know.
Well, the noir.
30s, yeah.
Dark and gritty noir. So I thought it was pretty good.
Dude,
the finale will give you the shakes if you're older on medication, I'll tell you that. You're like, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, and then the villain was, I can't remember his name. He's like a real big guy, giant guy, little face. And then they had, there's a lady villain.
Yeah.
And she kind of has robotic spider arms. I can't remember her name. She's famous. I mean, I know that if you were like a comic book, you know, if you're like into this stuff, you'd know who these characters are.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I don't know who these people are.
I'll probably have to get back to you on that one.
Yeah. You should watch it, though. It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
I mean, it's you know, it's kids oriented, but it was entertaining, and I thought the writing was entertaining.
Yeah.
And Lord Miller, like, wrote the script and produced it, too. And I'm sorry, I know they got fired off of the Star Wars movie, but I think those guys, you know, Lego movies, I think they know how to write and make movies and stuff.
Yeah.
Apparently they did 21 Jump Street, too. That remake.
Really?
Yeah, which was good. That's all Sony Pictures, too. So, I don't know.
Well, they got that... They got the new Spider-Man movie coming out tomorrow.
Oh, is that the new one?
Yeah. Far From Home. Yeah.
Okay, I do want to see that.
Yeah.
I like Tom Holland.
Yeah.
I think I've said that before. I like Tom Holland.
He's the best. He's the best Spider-Man.
I didn't see...
In my opinion, yeah.
I didn't see the other one. The other standalone Spider-Man, so I kind of do want to see that. I wanted to see it. But I've seen the previews. I've seen the trailer. It looked pretty good to me.
Yeah.
You know, and I think he's teenage Peter Parker, and he's really good. I guess he is like an acrobat or something, or something like that.
I think you said something about that. Yeah,
is perfect. Like, if you're gonna hire an actor, hire a gymnast or whatever. You know, it's like gymnast for Peter Parker would probably be a good choice. You know, but I do like him, and I don't know. There's Spider-Man pops up in my stuff all the time, like YouTube and. You know, I saw the first movie. I can't remember if I saw the second one.
Tobey Maguire?
Yeah, I have nothing against Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
But I just remember I was like, all right, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he looks 30. He looks like he's like 30 in the first Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, whereas Tom Holland looks...
Yeah, like
I mean, he's actually... Well, he's not in high school, but he's
I know. He's my age.
Yeah.
He's like in his early 20s.
Yeah. And he looks young.
Like a high schooler.
Yeah. I guess I like Tom Holland because when he kind of shows up with the Avengers, he has that great interaction, great chemistry with Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah, I like the dynamic between Iron Man and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Kind of takes him under his wing, you know?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that's the stuff I liked about those movies. Then there's stuff I don't like, you know, excessive CGI stuff, which I know I know you got to have that in those movies.
You got to have it in 2019, man.
But you don't have to have it in every movie.
Oh, you got to have it. It's a requirement now, dude.
Yeah, like Cabaret. Like all practical effects actually in film. Ugh. I get tired of that stuff. Okay. Julius Randle, 3-year, $63 million deal.
Dude, what a
New York
switch.
Knicks.
What a transition into sports.
He'll be in the next Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Joe Bob says, check it out. Okay. Maybe I should read this one.
Go ahead.
Julius Randle, 3-year, $63 million deal with the New York Knicks. It's the golden age of the New York Knicks, in my opinion. It is a good... Okay, I'm just going to read this. I'm reading this from the Ringer, ringer.com. It is a good thing when the team president issues a memo conceding just how poorly free agency is going right after you agree to sign Will Randle's introductory... just right after you agree to sign, ? Will Randle's introductory press conference just be a bunch of people apologizing over and over? ? My goodness, Knicks, get yourselves together. This is a surprisingly fair deal, especially since the last year is a team option. Randle's 21-9-3 line last season for New Orleans, again, is certainly in play with this season. And at 24, there's improvement likely coming down the pike. So that people did give him credit. It was like, okay, not a bad signing, right?
But we're
24-year-old.
We're sorry.
We're sorry. No, that's what they did. Like they issued. They said, yeah. They said, well, you
deserve.
It's not going well for us. It's like, was it a cry for help? Was it help us? Yeah. Dolan in the back. Oh man.
You know what they've called him, right? Julius Randle, the Zion that can't jump.
Okay, so back to Enes Kanter. On the Herd, I believe it was on the Herd, he called Zion Williamson the Julius Randle.
Or was it the reverse?
No. He called Zion. No, he Kanter said I think they asked him about Zion.
Oh.
And look it up for you. But that was a week ago, I want to say.
Yeah, I thought it was they're calling Julius the Zion that can't jump.
Let me see. Okay. I think it started with Kanter.
Okay.
Yeah. Enes Kanter trolling Zion with Julius Randle comparison is a compliment, not an insult. YouTube. Let's see. This is YouTube. Let me see what it says here. Overhyped. Enes Kanter calls Zion Williamson overhyped.
Oh.
Yeah, this was a week ago, 5 days ago. He called him an overhyped Julius Randle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't that nice.
Yeah, I thought it was the reverse, man.
Kanter, come on, man. I know, I was kind of surprised. So
yeah.
Whatever. So that's Julius Randle, 3 years, $63 million deal with the New York Knicks.
The savior of the Knicks.
What can you do? So the last sentence here of the Ringer is, but look, if you aren't in the mind frame that literally none of this matters until James Dolan sells the team, get there. Their grade for Julius Randle is sell the team. And it is the opinion of at least this person that James Dolan should sell the team. Maybe Bomber has a extra fat checkbook. He could buy... I don't think you can own 2 teams, though.
You can't?
I don't think so.
That would be cool.
I know. It would be cool, but
Bomber buying the Knicks, owning the Knicks and the Clippers.
Teams!
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you can't do that. Okay. Ricky Rubio, 3-year, $51 million deal with the Phoenix Suns. Yeah, exactly. What's going on over there?
Ja Morant didn't work out. D'Angelo Russell didn't work out. Mike Conley didn't work out. So, hey, you got Ricky Rubio.
Rubio will make Phoenix a lot more fun. He'll throw lobs to DeAndre Ayton, and he'll create open shots for young players. I don't know. Grade C+.
I like him because he's a veteran.
Okay.
And he'll probably start, I would imagine. Good pairing with Devin Booker.
Now, isn't there one team that's worse than the Suns this last season?
Nick.
Dude, you gotta stop, Mike.
I gotta stop.
You gotta stop.
I don't know. Is that true? I think it was.
Yeah.
I think
Knicks had the worst.
Yeah.
18 wins total.
Yeah. Yeah. When you're worse than the Suns, you gotta ask yourself a question.
Yeah.
You gotta dig deep in your
in my
heart.
opinion, should I sell the team?
Well,
Is this working out?
I hope we don't get like a knock on our door. It's like, hey, it's Big Mike.
Yeah.
Are you talk normal?
Yeah.
You've been talking about my Knicks, haven't you? It's like, hey.
Ain't nobody mess around with my Knicks, man.
17-65. I know we looked this up. 17-65 and 19-63. Go Phoenix Suns.
Oh my God.
Look, this is what everyone in the whole dang league is doing.
Yeah.
Right now. You know, and it's the Knicks.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be where they're at. You know? Entertainment business.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Terry Rozier.
Going to the Hornets.
3-year, $58 million deal with Charlotte Hornets.
Mm-hmm. To replace Kemba.
How are you feeling about that?
Well, Rozier was pretty pissed off that Kyrie, because Kyrie was injured for a time, right? So he was out, and so Terry took over, and the team flourished. They did really well.
That's right.
And when Kyrie came back, Kyrie got the starting job.
Yeah.
And Terry was like, hey, I think I'm worth a starting point guard in this league. I deserve a starting position. I deserve a, good contract. And, well, he got it.
Yeah.
He got it. So, yeah, I like it. I don't see...
With the Charlotte Hornets.
Charlotte Hornets, yeah. I don't see the Hornets really getting anywhere.
I remember
Going
this
forward.
too because, and of course what happened in the playoffs and Kyrie and crying and all sorts of drama. No, but I mean, they pointed out that when he was injured, like, they were doing well. The Celtics.
Yep.
Yeah, they were actually,
Yeah. Rozier kept them going.
Yeah. I don't know. They gave him a D. I guess anytime you can take positions away from you, I don't know. $20 million. They gave him a D. I don't know.
Whatever, dude.
Overpay. I don't know. $58 million deal, 3 years, Charlotte Hornets. Yeah, I would agree with you.
Yeah.
Derrick Rose, 2-year, $50 million deal with the Detroit Pistons. Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Weren't you saying like somewhere that said, "Hey, let's"? Oh no, that was Damian.
Yeah.
But, that should have waited around and see what he could have gotten. The Detroit Pistons.
Yeah. Last season off hot, generating some early 6th man of the year.
Yeah.
Before his jumper came crashing back. I don't know. It's hard to blame the Pistons for trying anything at this point. Okay, whatever.
I think Rose could have done better. I really
Jason, jump in here if you have anything.
Yeah.
I got the last. Oh wait.
Rose could have done better, but
yeah.
I mean, he's getting down to the bitter end anyway. So I mean.
Yeah. Patrick Beverley, 3-year, $40 million deal with the Los Angeles Clippers. Beverley was the heart and soul of last year's playoff team, and in a conference full of elite guards, keeping the defensive menace on tap is a solid plan. So they want to keep him.
I really like Patrick Beverley a lot because he bullied Kevin Durant in the playoffs.
Yeah. No, the Clips.
Yeah. They're like, we don't care who you are. We're gonna go out and do
and
this.
that's the attitude you have to have.
Yeah.
I mean, they were 8th seed, right? Weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
because the Warriors played them in the first round. One plays 8.
Right, and they showed well against the Warriors.
Yeah. He's got that attack dog mentality,
Right.
So.
Okay, so Beverly, lightning round. George Hill to Milwaukee Bucks, 3 years, $29 million.
He's coming back to Milwaukee.
Brooke Lopez to Milwaukee Bucks. We talked about that. 4 years, $52 million. See, this has the contracts here. Terrence Ross to Orlando Magic, 4 years, $54 million. We talked about Jonas Valanciunas to Memphis Grizzlies, $45 million. DeAndre Jordan to the Brooklyn Nets for 4 years, $40 million. Did we talk about DeAndre?
I think we briefly said it. I mean,
briefly.
Yeah.
C. It is not.
They gave him a C grade?
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
You know, people are salty.
Yeah.
If you're a Knicks fan or whatever. Yeah. Come on. Brooklyn Nets are showing well.
Well, I mean, they got this guy named Jarrett Allen who's starting for Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So I see him being the starter for the foreseeable future, I think. DeAndre's not going to start. It's the same situation with Embiid and Horford in Philly.
4 years, $40 million.
Yeah.
That's not...
No, that's not bad. That's not bad because he's going to be on the bench. He's going to be a mentor to Allen, and he's going to come off the bench and be a defensive anchor. That's what he's going to be.
And remember that some of these contracts could end up being traded.
Yeah. We discussed about D'Angelo.
Yeah.
You got a trade piece if it doesn't work out.
Yeah. Dwayne Dedmon, Sacramento Kings for $40 million, 3 years. Rudy Gay to San Antonio Spurs. Yeah, I think 2 years, $32 million.
Yeah, he's coming back to San Antonio. Yeah.
We of course talked about Alfaro Camino to Orlando Magic. Oh, oof. You don't want to know what that grade is. Yeah, you guys can guess.
A D.
No. F.
An F.
Again, this is according to the Ringer. I like what Amino brings. This is what the Ringer says. I like what Amino brings defensively, but this is the worst possible fit imaginable. Aaron Gordon, Jonathan Isaac, and rookie Chuma Okeke, is that how you say his name? Should soak up as much time as possible at the 4. Orlando could have gotten a shooter or point guard, basically anything. So he just doesn't like the fit.
Yeah.
You know? Which, again, I think that's... Give the Blazers credit. They were looking at all fit, you know.
Yeah.
What do we need versus what, you know.
I mean, I think basically what they're saying is that he'll probably be like a situational player. Yeah. If they need him to be an attack dog on a offensive superstar, they say, hey, Alfred, go cover this guy. Go stop him, you know. But I don't think he'll get regular minutes.
Didn't he? Was it Orlando? Isn't he going back? Wasn't he? I was going to say, I thought he actually played on Orlando. Oh, no, it's the Hornets.
The Hornets, okay.
Hornets, Mavericks. Clippers, Hornets, Mavericks. Before the Blazers. Okay, so, are we still going to talk about Bobby Portis to the New York Knicks? 2 years, $31 million.
We're pretty much getting into the lower tier
Reggie
players.
Bullock to the New York Knicks. Jeremy Lamb to the end of this. I know.
But now we got to be on Kawhi watch right now.
Oh, what did they? Oh, look at this. This guy. Okay, I don't agree with. You're not going to agree with his grades. Rodney Hood to the Portland Trailblazers for 2 years, $16 million. 2 years and $16 million. I'm not sure what he's grading on. Grade D. It's time for Rodney Hood to cash in on those playoff earnings. It remains Rodney Hood time. Rodney Hood. That's what he's grading it on. So he's giving it a D for Rodney Hood. Not the Blazers.
Okay.
So in that case, I mean that was his thinking.
He's like a D type of player, like.
No. He's saying that. Okay, so I think what the Ringer is saying here with the grading of the Rodney Hood deal is that Rodney Hood could have done better.
Oh, okay.
Right? So
from his side.
Get your money.
Yeah.
Yeah, from his side.
Okay.
See, we're looking at it from the Blazers side and going, yes.
Yeah.
So, you know. So.
All
right. Tamara Kello, Daniel House, Ed Davis. Anyway, I'm just looking through here. Let's see what Mario Hezonja, Portland Trailblazers for 2 years, $3.6 million. 2 years. It might not shake out, but betting the Orlando and New York mishandled him is a logical strategy. This is probably his last chance. Grade B. Okay. I think if you want to go to an organization, well, it's situational too.
Yeah.
But the Blazers are a good. Again, look at, when Hood came to the Blazers, right? He was kind of done with Cleveland.
They're kind of like if you want to revive your career.
Well,
because they've done really well with those kind of players.
Exactly.
Seth Curry, he had a great season.
Exactly.
Rodney Hood had a great season.
Exactly. Yep.
And I don't think anybody really talked about him before he came to Portland.
Cantor?
Cantor, yeah.
Well, no, he got a lot of crap.
And then they're just like,
the
hey,
Knicks.
you know, he did really well with Portland.
And you wonder why KD didn't want to go there. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
In my opinion. The Blazers, and they do talk about that. They do talk about fit and investment in the player and what they're trying to do and everything. And it might be just like you end up getting traded. I mean, now I don't know how the deal worked out. Well, I guess it's a trade. But, like Myers Leonard looked good in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, these guys. And we haven't talked about, well, I guess, we didn't trade Zach Collins.
No, he's still there.
We're keeping Zach.
Mm-hmm.
So I think most people were thinking that was going to, especially what Zach brought to the table.
Because he did really well.
He did.
He did.
And so I think
defensively he did really well.
Yeah, and I think people were saying, well, because he could have, could have been a contender for some trade action. So
yeah, no, he's only in year 2, so give him some more time to prove himself. So
I know, and for year 2, it was like step up, we need you. Could
you imagine Hassan Whiteside and Zach Collins playing the 4 and 5?
Well, your imagination may come true.
Yeah.
All you have to have is an imagination.
Yeah.
Imagine.
I'm Doug Henning.
Doug Henning. Imagination.
And so the elephant in the room, so to speak, here is Kawhi Leonard.
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, who? Kawhi, who?
Yeah.
The one guy that everyone's, next to the KD,
Kyrie, Kemba, big names.
Yeah, it was Kawhi Leonard. Like, all looked on Kawhi Leonard. And
we're on Kawhi watch right now, dude.
Yep.
So, according to Los Angeles Times headline 9 hours ago, Kawhi Leonard waiting game raises the stakes for the Lakers and Clippers. So, what we're hearing... I told you my in the multiverse, in the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
In the Spider multiverse.
Yeah.
In an end game like snap.
Just a snap of his fingers.
From what's his name?
Thanos. Yeah.
Right? End game like snap. Kawhi goes to the Knicks.
Surprises everybody and
not fake news.
Yeah.
If you're talking about the multiverse, there is a multiverse out there.
Where Kawhi goes to the Knicks. Make his money. Yeah.
If, and only if, theoretically, the multiverse is true. Which it might be. We'll have to ask, what's his name? I never can pronounce his name. He's one of your favorite guys. The physicist,
Michio Kaku.
Thank you, Michio Kaku. We'll have to ask him. He believes in the multiverse, I think. Theoretically. Yeah.
Super string theory, yeah.
Yep, super string theory. Jason
Hey-o!
with the physics. Theoretical physics.
In my opinion.
Yeah. I don't know. You haven't seen any news. You've been checking your phone.
Yeah. I've been
like Kyrie during a playoff game.
I've been refreshing Bleacher Report like every so often, just trying to.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, but I mean, the one thing that it's okay. So here's what we've been thinking. Of course, the Raptors.
Yeah.
Trying to option to re-sign him, and that's been on the table. And I've been kind of like, well, I could see that happening. And then, of course, I think the Clippers can do a lot. And, of course, that has come into the conversation.
Yeah.
But it was Lakers first. But then it was like, oh, hang on a second. There's this other team in L.A. that you could play for. Much like there's another team in New York that you could play for.
Yeah.
And that owner's got a lot of money. And you've got a well-respected coach and staff. So really that, that's come to the froth. Lakers, Clippers. I'm going to throw this question out to you guys. In your opinion, what you think? Do you think the Raptors are out of it? Jay-Z? Do you not see Kawhi re-signing with the Raptors?
Well, it's
Kawhi leaving the Raptors.
Yeah.
Answer the damn question.
Yeah.
You don't have the. What is it? I'm trying to do that movie.
I think he's leaving the Raptors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Jason.
But it's like a three-headed race. Three-headed,
Right.
They're close,
but,
man.
But
I can't say like this one team is like
right.
Way up there as compared to another, as far as their chances on getting Kawhi. Like
right.
So Jason, what about you, man?
My opinion is he's going to go to the Clippers, and he's keeping Toronto as a fallback position in case he doesn't get what he wants.
Oh. I kind of like that. I kind of like that.
Toronto's like a plan B.
Yep. I do kind of like Jason's idea there.
Yeah, don't burn your bridges unless someone gives you that unbelievable contract where you just can't say no as an offer. You couldn't refuse.
Okay, let me ask you this: Why?
Why the Clippers?
Why Clippers over Lakers?
Oh, easy. You don't have the front office drama.
Okay.
And that you have believe it. I mean, I don't care that they got rid of Magic Johnson. Their front office between their general manager and Jeannie Buss is a mess. And if you're a guy like Kawhi and you're a franchise guy, you don't want to step into that because then you have to not only mess with the front office people, but you also got to worry about stepping on LeBron's toes or whatever.
Yeah.
And Kawhi, I mean, I'd rather go to Clippers and be the man than go to the Lakers and almost be the man.
So Kawhi is from Southern California.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, so obviously, and that what? I haven't looked. I've just been watching to see this one for me.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, for Doc Karnak, this one's been unclear. Because there's been a lot of
Yeah.
What did Yoda say about the predicting the dark side in the future? One of those movies. Hard to see the future.
Yeah.
Where's there's Yoda
right there by the hat. Yep.
Yeah, this one's been kind of but with so I've been kind of away from that. But knowing that he's from Southern California, I think is a big pull that he's going to sign with one of these LA teams.
And I think New Balance, the shoe company that he signed with, prefers him to be in Los Angeles.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
They're like, hey, you should really come to Los Angeles. You should leave Toronto right now. It would be a good business move
you don't
for you.
know that for sure.
Well, I'm pretty sure they came out and said like.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, let's see. I don't know. I mean, that's speculation.
Yeah, I mean, even if they haven't come out and said openly, I mean, that's got to be a foregone conclusion. They want the guy in the second largest TV market in the country.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. That's speculation. We got to list that. What you're saying is, that's your opinion, but the way business works and stuff, you do want to be maybe close to
same thing with KD, being closer to his brand and his business in New York,
except his endorsement is Nike.
Well, Nike's everywhere.
But he is he is but that's his company that we're talking about. So I mean, it definitely would make things easier, probably. For him. So I think definitely, I do think it. Boy, I think those stack up. But the question is, sticking point. I'm looking at the Washington Post here about how the teams stack up. It's
close.
Well, Washington Post last sentence is sticking point. James may convincingly state that he is prepared to cede control of the offense and late game opportunities to Leonard, who thrived under such circumstances in Toronto. There's every reason to expect the treatment where he lands. I think that's the issue. Like, here's the sticky point I have with the Lakers. How does he fit in?
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I think he fits in far better with the Clippers than he does the Lakers.
Yeah, well, he would be the you know, he'd be the gravitational pull of the team. And that, you know, and they that's the other thing. Ballmer and Doc Rivers could say, "Hey, look, you come here, we're going to build around you, man. We're going to you're going to be here. We're going to get a contract. This is going to be your, you know, franchise player."
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, here's another thing is that what would you guys say to Kawhi Leonard doesn't really have a problem sharing the ball with other stars like he did in San Antonio with Tim Duncan.
Yeah.
What was his name? Tony Parker?
Yep.
Tony Parker and LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yep.
Boy, that's the other thing, too. Coach Frank Vogel.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Frank Vogel.
Yeah.
Los Angeles Lakers. Who's Frank Vogel?
Yeah, he's the former Pacers.
Yeah.
That led them to like 4 straight Eastern Conference Finals, but they got beat by the Heat because LeBron was on that team.
Yeah.
And then he coached the Magic. That didn't work out so well.
But I mean, you know, they're comparing him there to Doc Rivers.
Yeah, but they also got
Nick Nurse.
Yeah, they also got Jason Kidd too. So
yeah, I know, and there's talk that
Jason's Kidd's gonna take over. Vogel's gonna be out. Jason Kidd's gonna take over.
And this is all talk. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean that's another issue. I mean, I don't know. I think Doc Rivers has great pull as a coach.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know why any player wouldn't want to play for him.
Yeah.
You know, he's a legendary coach.
Yeah.
You know.
He's won a title.
Oh yeah, and he's well respected.
I think one title.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But
yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just, boy, I don't know. So I mean, where do we really think the Clippers over the Lakers? Is that really what we're saying?
I don't know.
In our opinion,
I don't know. At this
You're not
point,
ready to put it out there.
Yeah.
I know. Unclear.
Yeah.
The force is.
I mean, like it would be
the
cool to
hard
see.
To see.
I mean, you guys would be like, yeah, no duh. It would be cool to see Kawhi on the Lakers with LeBron. I mean,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
That's what you know, kids pull on, you know, the game NBA 2K, you know, is trying to get all these superstars on one team.
Lawrence,
it'd be cool to see.
Los Angeles Clippers is according to a post in the Washington Post. Lawrence Frank, Jerry West, and company can point to a balanced roster that is one max-level star small forward away from potentially winning the Western Conference. Boy, I don't know. And also considering how like you pointed out, you know, what the Clippers showed in the playoffs, you know?
Just like kind of one star away from...
Okay, I'm going to ask this question, in my opinion, is if Kawhi goes to the Clippers, is that a long-term investment versus if he goes to the Lakers and I don't know?
Well, I mean, if we're looking at it like chemistry-wise, does it work out on the court? Like if we know that, hey, 100%, Kawhi Leonard, LeBron, AD, that's going to work well on the court. That chemistry is going to be great. Yeah. Everything's going to be fine. Then I can see that being a long term. But we don't know that. We don't know that for sure.
Yeah. What do you think, Jason? Weigh in here.
Yeah, I don't... I know it's attractive to play with, like, LeBron and AD and stuff. But Kawhi, I think I think that he got a taste in Toronto of being the man, and I don't know if he's going to want to go back to that sort of role playing. And I mean, the Clippers are on the cusp of going to that next level.
Yeah.
And if you add Kawhi to that, I mean, they're dangerous at that point. So and plus we don't know how well Anthony Davis is going to work out with just LeBron.
Yeah.
Let alone anyway. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, and Kawhi's like in that veteran prime, don't you think?
Yeah,
he's like
he is.
28 years old.
Yeah, 27, 28.
He's 28 according to Wikipedia. I was just looking that up how old he is.
Yeah.
So that's like perfect,
perfect
franchise.
Time. Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm going here. I'm going to plant my feet here, and we're going to build something. In this team,
Yeah.
Raptors have understandably been quiet in free agency. Yeah. Now they they re-signed Marc Gasol too. Mm-hmm. So they're like team.
Yeah.
I mean, they're pretty much like, okay, Kawhi, here's your team. So they got Kyle Lowry, Marc Gasol, Pascal Siakam. Who I really like Siakam a lot. I like Siakam.
First game of the finals, we were just like, dude, this guy's a beast.
Yeah,
this guy he's gonna be great.
Yeah, Siakam was good. Ibaka, Fred VanVleet. Yep. They're just like
Jeremy Lin.
Yeah, I mean they're so so no adjustments are needed. But
Danny Green too.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm just looking here about the Raptors because I'm curious. Again, this is according to the Washington Post. The Raptors' weak spots are unavoidable. Canada is not Leonard's home. Duh. And Toronto, while a strong and underrated platform, does not maximize his branding opportunities and earning potential.
Hello.
That is true. Remember we talked about business and entertainment and business? This is very true. And this kind of plays in, Jay-Z, to your point about his endorsement with New Balance, right? Yeah. I mean, Toronto's kind of a hard base to do that. Yeah. It could be, in my opinion.
You can quit the New Balance thing and just make music with Drake,
Yeah. Oh, come on.
No, I know he wouldn't do that, but
there's only one musical NBA player, and we know who it is. Dame Dollar. What did we? No, I got to ask you as a follow up here. Leonard also left no unfinished business. If he leaves, he would be making a clean exit. So yeah, so good chance. Good chance. He's LA bound.
Just a matter of what team.
Yeah. Q Homeward Bound by Simon and Garfunkel.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk money. I mean, doesn't I know the Lakers just recently cleared $32 million under the cap.
Yeah.
What does the situation look like for the Clippers? Because it seemed to me the Clippers would have more money to throw around.
I had a page that actually showed the cap space. Let me see. Yeah, I might actually have this on my phone.
I think they're like just under the Knicks as far of like, before free agency.
Yeah.
They were just under the Knicks as far as cap space. You know what I mean?
Let me see. I thought I had... Oh, I got it right here for you. According to Keith Smith, who is it's on Twitter, who is he's an NBA. I think he's Yahoo Sports. I believe. If I got that wrong, I'm sorry. According to his tweet earlier this afternoon, LA Clippers $43 million, Los Angeles Lakers $32 million, Dallas 22, Atlanta 14, Indiana 5, and New York Knicks 4. Everyone else is under $2 million, so definitely at the top.
Yeah.
So that's,
and this is as of right now, right?
Yeah. Well, that was a tweet that he sent this afternoon. Again, that's according to, I think he's a Yahoo Sports covering the NBA. He's a blue check mark, so I'm assuming his tweet is fairly accurate.
Yeah.
And reliable.
Now it's like just a matter of like, what do we want to offer you? You know, like are we talking, 30, 40 million? You know.
Well, yeah.
And you've even brought the point at Ballmer. He'll be like, yeah, you just name your price.
Yeah. Yeah.
Name your price. I'll go and
Yeah, I think, and this is my opinion, I think Steve Ballmer might have the money to pay him. Mm-hmm. Just guessing.
Yeah. In your opinion,
he might have to scrape. Find a few nickels and dimes here under the couch, but
scrape like Paul Allen.
Yeah.
Had to scrape, the late Paul Allen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Although I'm pretty sure Paul was richer.
Yeah.
Because he and Gates were the founder. Ballmer was CEO, but he came in early in too. So, I mean, he obviously had enough money to buy the Clippers.
Yeah.
So, I think that's organization is good. I think you got a owner with the head on his shoulders. I know some people, from back in the Microsoft days, have opinions about Ballmer, but I think he's a smart guy. I think he knows what he's doing. And
yeah.
He's got a head on his shoulders. You got a coach. You got Jerry West.
Yeah.
Come on. So if we'll see what transpires. Mm-hmm. And again, come January, February, we might see some stuff happen with the Clippers. Hey, Mo Harkless is a Clipper now.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mo Harkless, Kawhi.
And Kawhi. Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
What about that, man?
Yeah. Now, let me ask you this. Just speculating, when do you think that Kawhi is going to make his decision? Tomorrow? I mean...
The future.
Unclear. All these guys made their decision day one.
I know.
I'm just kind of curious. Is he going to take his time? Is he?
It's going to be like right after we stop streaming.
Yeah, he'll be like, "All right, I'm going here."
Yeah, he's actually watching the stream right now.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Waiting, hurry up, these jackasses.
Yeah, I got to make my decision. Yeah.
He
just throw a day out there. I know it. He's going to make his decision sometime.
I mean, it's going to get announced. The one thing I thought was good after we hadn't heard anything yesterday is I thought, okay, he's letting everything shake out and going to wait, so the attention is on him. And I'm like, okay, that's smart. Good for him.
Yeah.
Right? Let the KD, let the Nets thing, let that all shake out. Don't get caught up in the wait.
Right.
You're Kawhi Leonard. You deserve your own spotlight.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I mean, we're on Kawhi watch right now, so...
Yeah, we are on Kawhi.
Yeah.
It's going to be like Ted Koppel and back in the days, there was you're familiar with the history of Iran back in the 70s, Jimmy Carter administration, the hostages and everything. And of course, all the newscasters, and I think Ted Koppel came on. I think that's how Nightline started. Come on, it's like day number 128 of the, so that'll be Kawhi. It'll be day number...
Yeah, Ted Koppel and Sam Donaldson.
37 of Kawhi watch. Yeah. It's probably inappropriate of me to, kind of compare a historic tragedy-ish next to, people did lose their lives to Kawhi Leonard. And I know. Yeah, I know. It's bad. I got real estate. I got used leasing cars. I got all my metaphors totally inappropriate. Exactly.
Of course, Doc, not many people know this, but Ted Koppel actually took a wrong turn, and he thought that you guys were talking about the island of Kauai.
Oh, there you go.
And he just, he muffed it.
Yeah. And Jason making fun of the Kawhi's name. So, yes. Okay, so where do we stand with this? This was June 20th. Mm-hmm. The rap beef with Dame Dalla and who's the other dude? Sacramento Kings Marvin Bagley III.
Yeah.
So about 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
About 2 weeks ago now. There was a rap Twitter beef.
Yeah.
And let me see. Almost since he's into the league, Blazer point guard Damian Lillard. This is from Willamette Week.
Yeah.
Of all places. Dame Dalla is widely considered the best rapper in the league. I've heard that. I actually, after this beef went down, I was like, I gotta check out his tracks. Now, truth be told, and I think I have to give full disclosure, I am not the biggest hip-hop fan or certainly expert.
Say
Come
what?
on. Yeah. You're the notorious DOC.
Unless you tell me that Miles Davis and Charles Mingus were famous hip hop artists. Yes, I'm not the.
Yeah.
Jay-Z knows way more. Jay-Z Sports Balls over here knows way more. About hip hop than I do.
Yeah.
Have you listened to Dame Dalla?
No.
Really?
No.
Do you still listen to a lot of hip hop?
I do, but I've expanded my my range.
Okay.
What's on your playlist now? What's going on?
Well, I do like a lot of 80s rock.
Boy, the kids like the 80s.
Yeah, I do like Miles Davis and jazz and blues. I do like 30s 40s swing.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I can't tell you like
I have a tape. I have something I should.
Yeah.
We'll talk later.
Yeah. No, I like Glenn.
I can turn you on to some stuff. So the stuff I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Like the history.
Yeah. I like Glenn Miller.
Yeah.
I like I know this isn't swing, but I do like Elvis.
We may,
Jay-Z
and I may be a little bit related.
Yeah.
And we're even getting more related right now that he's telling us his adult music tastes.
Yeah.
Because you're heading in the right direction.
I think really the only thing that I don't like is modern country and then probably heavy metal.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. You don't like any heavy metal, huh?
No.
Really?
No.
Let's distinguish. Are we talking arena rock? Or are we talking like modern, like really hardcore,
Well, when you can't really understand what they're saying.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so you're talking real modern.
So, like jazz and a lot of terminology goes, and we can, Jason and I know Jason's going to agree with me, is like the term heavy metal has evolved and changed over the decades.
Yep.
You've heard Led Zeppelin, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure.
They were once considered a heavy metal band. By today's standards, people today don't call Led Zeppelin heavy metal, but back in the day, they were like, oh, they're heavy metal.
Yeah, now today it's just classic rock.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. I mean, heck, almost even Black Sabbath and that is really more classic rock as opposed to heavy metal.
Yeah, it is widely considered that people are saying that it's widely considered that Black Sabbath, the very first album, Black Sabbath, is the very first heavy metal.
I actually would agree with that.
Yeah.
I think I saw this cool, it was like guitar, it wasn't Guitar Center, sorry, that's a brand, but it was like one of those kind of places, or the Guitar Institute of LA or something like that, YouTube channel.
Yeah.
A half-hour, 40-minute interview with Tony Iommi.
Wow.
It was really good. Like recently, like in the last year, Tony Iommi is he was the founder of Black. Right, he was there from the beginning, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
For some reason, my YouTube started veering off into Black Sabbath, and I watched the interview, and he was very eloquent about his life. He grew up just in the dirt in Manchester. I think it was Manchester. He's from, I believe it was Manchester, not Liverpool, but like poor. He was like, he played the guitar on the side just to make extra money.
Yeah, it's like a really industrial city. I think it was.
Manchester. He said.
Yeah.
It wasn't Liverpool, and so it was and he was very interesting. He's a very interesting guy. Like talked about, and he lost his fingertips in an accident. Yeah. And he had to rehabilitate himself. Like to play the guitar. It's like, it's kind of tough to play the guitar without. And he said all the teachers and everyone said you'll never play guitar again after the accident. Like because he was working his day job, and he just practiced with bandages and practiced like crazy.
Yeah,
So it was a very good interview, really good interview, and he later. Then I saw. Then there was a video from. It's one of those old California. It's like California Jam or something. It was like, I think that's what it was called, California Jam. But this is like a concert, outdoor concert that started down in like California, like in the late 60s, right?
Right.
And there was like this Black Sabbath playing like California Jam. I want to say it was 1970 or something like that, or 70, or I can't remember. I don't know if my dates are accurate but I mean it's Ozzy and Tony Iommi, and they're like super young. Like I could barely recognize Tony Iommi. I was like, is that Tony? Oh my gosh! It's like when you see Keith Richards back in the early days, you're like, oh, is that Keith Richards? Aging rock stars.
Yeah.
But it was funny too because it's just like you're kind of looking at it and it's like, oh, it's kind of like hippies and stuff, but then here's Black Sabbath, and in one of the crane camera shots they have the VIP section which has other bands, so Black Sabbath is playing and Ozzy's singing, and you notice Keith Emerson and Greg Lake of Emerson, Lake and Palmer are in the foreground watching Black Sabbath, and you can just tell it's like pretty interesting. It's on YouTube.
I got something for you, Doc.
Yeah.
What you're talking about here, I did a quick Google. It says California Jam 1974.
That's it. Yep. That sounds exact. That's it.
Deep Purple, Black Sabbath, Black Oak, Arkansas.
Yeah.
Rare Earth, Emerson, Lake and Palmer.
Bingo. Yep.
Seals and Crofts.
The
Eagles.
The Eagles, of course.
And
Earth,
Wind and Fire.
Oh my gosh. What a lineup that is. Yeah. Like, as far as you talk about, like, going to a show and going, all these bands are different. We got Earth, Wind, and Fire. We got prog rock Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Right. We got your Black Sabbath, and we got your Seals and Crofts. We got your Eagles. I mean, good lineup, man.
Stellar lineup.
Yeah. I mean, as far as, like, not getting bored at a concert.
Yeah. All day fun.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, that was it, Jason. You got it. 1974 California Jam. And it was just like, I watched that. But it's so funny because you see the other guys and you see them watching Black Sabbath. Like, oh, check these guys out, And I knew Emerson, Lake and Palmer was in it because they're in one of the shots during the Black Sabbath. And they're just like kind of sitting there going, that's interesting. It's just like, you've never heard Emerson, Lake and Palmer.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
You should hear it. Listen to it. Do you like rock music that's kind of like has a classical bent to it?
I mean, I'm pretty sure I do.
We'll talk.
Yeah.
So where do we stand on this rap beef? Marvin Begley. So Dame is considered one of the best rappers, right. And he's got albums and he does concerts. I mean, this is what he does in his time when he's not on the court. He's very serious about his career.
Right.
But a challenger to his throne has emerged in the form of MB35, better known as 20-year-old Sacramento Kings forward Marvin Begley III. Begley appeared on ESPN's First Take this morning. Well, this was a couple weeks ago, and was effectively goaded into calling Dame out by co-host Max Kellerman. Oh, yes, of course. Asked by Kellerman who the better MC is, Begley somewhat sheepishly responded, Man, I love music, so I'm going to go with myself. They did say sheepishly. Yes, he should. A few hours later, on his SoundCloud page, Begley dropped a track called No Debate, which features a photo of Lillard on the cover, which he shared on Twitter. And, okay. It didn't take long for Mr. Dalla to clap back. During tonight's NBA draft. Oh, by the way, this happened during the draft.
Yeah.
Like on draft day. So not only was there all the draft fever.
There's some rap beef.
Damian Lillard is getting into a rap beef on Twitter. I love this league.
Yeah.
That's not too bad. You're getting your money's worth. You're getting your money's worth. During tonight's NBA draft, Lillard issued a response on his own SoundCloud page. Was about to pass because you're still in a pamper bra. And this is me reciting hip-hop lyrics. Great. Bra, and I never seen Floyd spar with the amateurs, he raps, before going on to call Bagley a clown and a fan and asking how a king come to battle knowing the kingdom worthless. Though the famously wholesome Lillard does make sure to note that he's got potential. Check out the track below. Yeah, and this blew up on Twitter. This was the side thing, which was weird because when I saw Twitter and looking at the coverage of the draft, all of a sudden Lillard was trending on Twitter. It was like, what happened?
What? Yeah.
What's going on?
Is he being traded? No.
I got to show you the picture, though. The picture is great. I don't know if you've seen the picture. I got to move it around here. Hang on a sec. Because I got Jason here. You got to see the pic.
Marvin.
I know. Okay, hang on. Here it comes. Are we on 2 here? Yeah, we are on 2. And there's the photo.
Nice.
That's the cover of the SoundCloud track with the
Dane Bella.
Yeah, and if you're just listening to this, it's got a picture of Bagley. Yeah.
Bagley.
Yeah. Sorry, Bagley. Kind of a shot of him kind of yelling or screaming probably on the court, and it says Marvin. Wow. Anyway, so that's that. So, any comment?
That's just kind of silly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, a little while. It wasn't just one track, by the way. A little while later, Lillard, who was apparently in the studio working on another album. It's like, don't diss Dame while he's actually in the studio working something out, right?
Yeah.
Right? It's like, he could drop a track right now, right? A little while later, Lillard, who's apparently in the studio working on another album, dropped another response, this one called Bye Bye, and featuring and featuring a famous image from another Dame's conquests as the art. Not a bad for a night's work, though, really. He could have just shared Bagley's Twitter bio photo. Oh, yeah, it's got the funny photo. And then on the 21st, Bagley has issued a response called Checkmate. It doesn't really help his cause. Anyway. So that was the big news back there. And again, what a league.
Well, good for Dame getting back. And so quickly, too.
Well, like if he's in the studio working on tracks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, the season's over.
Yeah.
He's just calling his agent going, did you get me that max with the Blazers? Okay, great.
Yeah.
What else are you going to do? Going to go in the studio.
Yeah, I'm just going to chill and make some music. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Light a match on Marvin Bagley.
Yeah, exactly.
My lyrics, yeah.
Exactly. Oh, man.
I think we muted Jason.
We didn't mute Jason. Jason is muted.
I don't hear him.
There he is. That's okay.
There I am.
That's okay. You were muted earlier, too, but I thought you were maybe intentionally doing that for background noise or whatever.
I was, except this last time, I just kind of forgot to take it off on mute.
Yep. Well, that's what old guys do.
Well, we did.
We forget things. That's not a reflection on you. I'm adding myself to that.
Well, eventually, in a couple of years, it's just going to be me sitting in front of a camera going, "Huh?
Yeah.
What?"
That's gonna be me.
To get my prescription.
That's gonna be me this week. Oh, you have no idea. Oh, you just.
Hey, what?
You just gave me flashbacks to the last several weeks of this month.
Oh, sorry, dude. I gave you PTSD.
Yeah. And yes, did you get my prescription? Definitely factored in. At one point, I thought I'd have to fly down to Los Angeles to get a prescription. God. Anyway, well, I think that we pretty much covered NBA.
Yeah.
But that's a big news.
Yeah.
So I just was looking here to see if Kawhi
had announced.
Yeah. I should check Twitter too.
We're on Kawhi watch. Dun, 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 dun.
Day 37 of Kawhi watch. I am Ted Koppel.
Right.
I'm Ted Kroppel. Okay. I'm gonna check this search on Twitter just for the heck of it.
Mm-hmm.
Just before we get going. Then we're gonna get going, and then Kawhi will announce.
Yeah, it'll be like,
in
all
my
right.
opinion.
The trio has stopped their show, so.
Okay, one last thought about this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't followed the trades like this, but boy, what a whiplash. It's 36 hours in or whatever?
Yeah.
That, dude.
Or 24 or 20, well, 20, yeah, maybe 36 hours in.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, man, it was like do.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so they have a moratorium on this stuff, right? In the NBA.
Yeah.
Can someone say tempering? I mean, that to avoid, but it's like
it was quick, dude.
It's like this is a done deal.
Yeah.
Kawhi to the Lakers, buzz is growing. Is it just hype? Still, Bleacher Report 2 hours ago. Still no Kawhi news, and there's like a LeBron gif there. Oh man. Anyway, so we'll see.
Yeah, we might find out tomorrow.
I think we should find out this week, early.
Yeah.
Now remember, we're gonna have a holiday, national holiday, coming up in a couple days. So,
yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's
And
after the holiday.
Well, yeah, and plus they want to nail this down quick because as you get Summer League starting, you want to know what you can contend for and what you don't have to worry about,
Yeah.
Right.
You want to nail all the stuff down now. It just gives more stuff, more time to solidify. You don't want to go down to camp,
Yeah. So I think that's it. Any last thoughts, guys?
What are you guys doing
Anything
for the
else?
4th? You guys got any plans for the 4th? Jason, you got any plans, man?
Barbecue and blowing things up.
Yeah?
That's about it.
Nice. What about you, man?
At this age,
Going to some
every day
going to parties, man.
is a plan.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I don't know. I don't know. Holidays are weird.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, and I'm hoping to get back to the podcasting streaming thing, especially in celebration. In 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Will be the start of the celebration. It will be a personal celebration for me, and I want to talk about it and do some stuff of 50 years of the first landing on the moon.
Right.
So I actually put it in my calendar today.
Yeah.
I actually have reminders of I have liftoff, which was actually 6:30 a.m. Pacific time. Was liftoff.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot. I was like, I don't remember it being that early, but I know little Tyke got woken up out of bed. He's like, you gotta watch this. It's like, oh, okay. I like rockets. It's 6:30 in the morning, Mom.
Yeah.
And what?
Do I sense a curmudgeon's 50-year special?
Very likely. Very, very likely. I haven't mentioned it to you because I haven't had time yet, but very, very likely. I would. It's something I would like to do because personally,
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta be honest, in my lifetime, that was probably the greatest historic thing that ever. I mean, there's a lot of great historic things,
Yeah.
but just three dudes flying to the moon and walking around and leaving and coming back safe to Earth by the end of the decade. Before this decade, kind of a big deal.
Yeah, kind of.
Like, pretty much all the other explorers in history are like, oh, really?
Right. Yeah.
Like, 3 people traveling the farthest. Well, technically, they weren't the first to travel the farthest. That was Jim Lovell and those guys. Apollo 8.
Yeah, they just orbited.
Yeah, Apollo 8 was the first to actually orbit around, look around, and come back. So they were the first, but still a lot of firsts. I talking about interviews on YouTube. I found an interview by a CPA. It was like some CPA thing. I kid you not, an accounting thing, like in Down Under. And it was they had hired Neil Armstrong, and they interviewed Neil Armstrong. It was a very good interview. 2011. So can't remember when he died, and it makes me sad that Neil is not here to celebrate.
Yeah.
But his other 2 colleagues, Buzz Aldrin and Mike Collins, are both still very much alive.
Nice.
And I'm curious to see what they will do. Buzz Aldrin was the second man.
Yeah.
On the moon, second person on the moon. And of course, if we go back to the moon, NASA has announced, hopefully, and I'm hoping we do go back to the moon.
Yeah.
Maybe walk around again. And NASA has, I'm pretty sure I got this right. NASA pretty much announced first woman on the moon. Which I think it's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
We have several women astronauts, very accomplished.
That's right.
Many, like, our human spaceflight program is all the space station. So I'm like, yeah, it should be.
That's right.
Then she can go, that's one small step for a woman.
Yeah.
One giant leap for womankind, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Question for you. Have you seen that movie First Man?
I have not. Is that the drama with
It's like a...
Is it a documentary? So there's a drama that came out? Stars Ryan Gosling, I think?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not the one you're talking about, right?
That is the one that I'm talking about.
Okay.
I wanted to see it. I just didn't know if it was good or not.
I did too. I heard it was... Neil Armstrong is a really interesting guy.
Yeah.
If you watch this interview from 2011, you really get a sense of the guy. First of all, everyone knows Neil Armstrong was not a flashy guy. He wasn't getting into rap beefs with like Buzz Aldrin or anything,
Yeah.
Just not a flashy guy. He was purely an engineer mind, and that's what he enjoyed. And that's one of the big reasons why he was chosen to be the first man.
Right.
And so, obviously that movie covers that. I think his son actually was part of the production.
Really?
And there's a reveal in there, I know, about some stuff he left on the moon that we never knew about. I've already read I already know what the spoiler is. That's in the thing, which was like a big reveal because it was based on a book that was recently done.
Right.
So there's a big reveal about, there was some stuff you didn't know about what he did up there on the moon that was private. But yeah, I do want to see that. There's also a documentary that just came out that I really like to see. And what they did for the documentary is they got the original film footage of the mission, all the film that they got the launch, and they restored it. They digitized it. And apparently you go into the theater and you watch the Saturn V take off, fully restored film.
Yeah.
Like all the digital stuff to clean it up. And apparently it's, I've heard, and actually footage that has never been seen before.
Oh, okay.
And I got to tell you, to this day, I'll never get tired of seeing, like, on YouTube or whatever, and watching the film footage of a Saturn V going off. I mean, the only thing I could say that would rival that is the space shuttle. You know, I mean, the space shuttle is pretty amazing to see lift off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for better or for worse, considering, you know, we also saw the space shuttle malfunction on a liftoff once.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that was tragic. But yeah, I mean, you know, I can't think of anything historically that tops that. You know, it's like someone going out from Europe and discovering the New World or something, and it was like, I was there when he 50 years ago came back and said there's a whole new continent out there. You know, whatever. So,
yeah.
I don't know. What do you think about like that? Your thoughts about Apollo 11?
I mean, I don't really have strong opinions about it.
Thoughts.
No.
Have you watched anything on it?
No, I haven't.
Do you intend to?
I mean, I really want to go see First Man.
Yeah.
I want to see, you know, what it's all about. I really like Gosling, so...
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah.
He was in that new Blade Runner, I think.
Yeah.
And he was good. A lot of people like that new Blade Runner. I was like, I don't know. But he was good in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, we'll cover more things about that later, about the moon. I do want to cover it. It's interesting because I have not read this because this popped up right before we did the show. But it's on Fox News. It's on Fox webpage.
Okay.
But I'm sure this isn't, Apollo 11 former NASA intern bought original moon landing recordings for $217, could be worth $2 million. That's the headline. And they lost a lot of recordings. Yeah, this is the audio recordings.
Yeah, they taped over them, right? And there's also a lot of videotape that got taped over.
Yeah, they lost the videotapes from the original mission. And they said they taped over them or whatever. I know, everyone's like, you what? So now a lot of the stuff that you see now is film footage.
Yeah.
The video was horrible. If you actually see the original, when you actually see Neil Armstrong on the moon. Okay, we will cover this later. But he had to like pull a string and do this stuff to kick off a video camera that was embedded in the thing, so you could actually see him walk on the moon. Otherwise, there's nobody out there. It's like to take his picture. Well, the little green men and Marvin the Martian.
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to take your picture?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Yeah. So the better shot is a Buzz Aldrin because Neil got there, set up another camera, but they had like a little camera off the side that he had to turn on so you could kind of see his like shadow kind of go there. It was they got a lot better at it through successive missions.
Cool.
I mean, by the time Alan Shepard, it was like full color live video, and that sort of thing. But that first one was like, people would be staring at the TVs. I think I see him.
Yeah.
Is that? I see a shadow walking around. Is that an astronaut on the moon? It's like Walter Cronkite. That shadow you see is an astronaut walking on the moon. Oh, thanks, Walter. But anyway, yeah, it's cool. And I got some other media to share.
Cool.
Like Tom Hanks produced From the Earth to the Moon. Excellent. A dramatization of the entire Apollo program.
Yeah.
That starts with 1 through the end.
Cool.
Yeah, really good. Okay. So, I know. So, yeah, we've been on for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's probably time to go. I know. We've been on for a while, and I'm probably the only one that is actually doing okay as far as... But this will be the first time where it's like Doc Normal doesn't have to like do the potty dance. Anyway, all right. Final thoughts? Anybody?
No, just have a good 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Kawhi Leonard watch.
Yeah, Kawhi watch 4th of July.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And getting ready for that moon landing celebration.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Jason?
I'm going to go out and make my own homemade astronaut suit for the special.
Ooh,
that way,
yeah,
I can flip up like the fish tank thing and hey,
Well, yeah, we'll call it Curmudgeons on the Moon.
Huh, there we go.
It'll be like one of those Stooges movies. Didn't the Stooges go to the moon at one point? They did a space one.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
We'll have something like that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Jason, talk to you later.
See you, brother.
Yep.
I'm going to pull you out here.
Excellent.
Bye-bye, Jason.
Toodles.
And there he goes. And there we go.
Mm-hmm.
So talk to you guys, you folks, all later. See you around.